down to 9. Here's Kelly. Now at 5, Broome took a look at it, looking to blow by, lays it in.
He's a strong left-hand. See a lot in college basketball, a lot of phantom screens, but these guys actually make contact, so you have to communicate if you're the opposing defender.
Oh, Broome, terrific move to get inside for 2. The 6'10 senior.
You still have some young players that are still finding out where their rhythm is on the offensive floor.
Broome beyond the 3 and knocks that one down, and that could be a very bad early sign.
Where you just saw the athletic ability of Cardwell. I think they're the best front court in America. And Johni Broome, also with his ability to score, is also an elite passer, which makes it difficult to double him on the block with the shooters they have.
To push for the Tigers. Their opening 5 is Denver Jones, Miles Kelly, Chad Baker-Mazara, who's already in the scoreboard, Telly Cardwell, and there's Johni Broome on the inside with his first bucket.
And then in terms of what they're going to try to do defensively, they're going to get up into your grill. They're going to play one-on-one. It's going to be a difficult task for this Georgia State team to stay with the quickness and the sprint, but their skill level is right now with the perimeter shooting, with the ability to Broome to take inside, and then the rebound.
Johni Broome thought about it from the outside.
Good minutes for Ja'Kai Howard off the bench this afternoon. Baker-Mazara around and out, up and in for Broome.
Well, you missed a shot. Johni Broome.
To repeat a point from earlier, Purdue has been so dependent on their big 3. The C.J. Cox 3 at the end of the first half as Broome scores again. The C.J. Cox 3 at the end of the first, being bothered by Smith. Pettiford recovers. Broome up and in.
Is so strong, goes right in the body of Trey Kaufman-Renn. You're still seeing Purdue having to make individual plays. They can't really run anything against this Auburn defense.
How about a no-look pass? Chad Baker-Mazara has been putting on a passing clip.
Really difficult shot. If he makes it, you tip your hat. But those are the tough 2s that Auburn wants to force.
And another slam. This time it's Broome from Baker-Mazara. It's all about forcing the opponent to take tough 2s as opposed to overhelping and giving up easy 3s. Right?
Exactly.
Broome, how about the body control? The big man with the soft touch.
Yeah, body that with 9-10 guys, and you're formidable.
The catch by Broome. Gets to his left hand, tips it no good. Down to Baker-Mazara, who lays it in.
Right now, Purdue is not getting
good. Who are the other 3? And then we got into it for a little bit. Broome with a tough catch and an easy finish. And right now, Auburn is getting some very high-quality look.
And Auburn just stays in there and fights.
Jones, Broome, up and in, and a chance for 3.
But how about Johni Broome on that pick and roll? The ball
to him. Caleb First is guarding Broome right now. Pettiford the drive, draws a crowd. Broome thought about it for a long time, and maybe thought about it a little bit too long as he misses the 3.
Yeah, should have kept. Then give him a 3 by overhelping.
Baker-Mazara off the screen, whips a pass into Broome. No foul call, and it's out.
To the pass by Braden Smith. You saw Auburn going into that flex action. He just read it so well.
Broome making it look easy sometimes, doesn't he?
He's got such great footwork. And that's a possession that indicates how difficult it is to get an assist against this Auburn defense. They turn you into an individual playmaking team.
Broome tries another one, and it's Cardwell over the back. Broome down with a rebound for Auburn.
Kaufman-Renn is very good out of that short roll, but Dylan Cardwell made him make a tough 2 over him.
How about Broome with an early 3, and it's a great start for Auburn.
What do you think? You put yourself in a position, Britt. How many wins you think it'll take to win the SEC regular season?
For me?
For you. You got to do. Great power move right there.
Broome cleans it up and puts it in.
Broome does a great.
Auburn trying to finish strong in the final 70 seconds. Broome with a turnaround. He's automatic.
He is effective.
Underneath. Pressure. Patient takes it inside in contact. Monmouth with a big stop. Short side to Johni Broome. From a quiet night with 4, give him 6 with a left-hand floater.
If you're not going to double down, Cole needs for this team to be successful.
Fleming's pass intercepted. Gets back on defense to cut off Johni Broome. Open for a 3, this missed.
Tigers' job of seeing the floor, controlling the ball, and getting shots for his teammates.
Tigers go inbound to Johni, able to finish for the and 1. Tigers always good when you see number 4 on the floor.
Well, he's such an impact player at the offensive and defensive, but offensively, the game changes when the ball gets inside.
Moves, they've got great shooters, great post players, and they get high-quality shots.
Marcus Allen now trying to defend Johni Broome. That's a tough ask.
Yeah.
Johni Broome catch. Soft touch off the backboard.
Good pass from Pettiford. Number 21 is now playing for the Auburn Lady Tigers. And she's been terrific. And that's a good look at CY. Yeah. Everybody knows him in college basketball.
Aiden Shaw trying to guard Broome, and I don't think anybody's going to stop that.
He's got 8:24.
Tennessee at Auburn, number 1 versus number 2, if things hold true. Here's a little run out. 90 seconds yet here in the second half.
Been here a long time.
Here's Broome. Takes it himself.
Why not? Control.
Backside. Limped off the court, but didn't warm up. We'll see if he gets a few minutes here. Broome, a little bit short with that one. Rebound right to Josh Gray.
Tell you what, these two guys have gone at each other on both ends. Fun to watch.
Broome wins that battle.
I think we should just call him up.
Cross court to Broome. He'll try it again.
I was going to say, turn the lights out. Let's go home if he makes that on the.
Inside to Cardwell. Back to Broome. He'll try it. Top of the key 3. Perfect. Johni Broome knocking that one home. His 12th of the year.
So the two.
Johni Broome working on Bates. Boy, you said
a lot of bumping.
Yeah. That's just a tough matchup for Bates. I don't know what you do.
It's not fair. We always used to talk like playing
per game.
Tough assignment for Bates. Johni Broome just absolutely can manhandle people inside.
Dylan Cardwell. Both these teams play a bunch of guys, though. Bounce pass to Johni Broome.
To Broome with 5. Doubled with 2. Fades. Got it! Johni Broome. Back in 2007. Did that against Kansas. Broome. Missed it. Here comes Tremont Mark.
And fade away, lay down, young fella, number 6 in white, putting the Longhorns on his back right now.
Broome, his shot no good. Rebound, Trey Johnson. By Broome, I think that's his 3rd on the night. And will pull up for 3. Here's Broome. Onoyema. And just bodies his way in for 2. Count the bucket and 1. His season high is 20. Here's Johni Broome with it. From the baseline, knocks it down.
He's having fun, too.
He is. He's in double. Pope back the other way. Tipped out to Kelly. To Broome. He dunks it home.
Every
Tigers now have got 3 players with 2 fouls. Here's Broome on Shedrick.
Wow.
Oh, sweet touch.
You see what I'm saying by Glendale, Arizona?
Lead is back to single digits. Broome turns, doesn't get the roll. Kaluma the board, and turns it over.
Game. He's really the one true backup big when Caden Cedric goes out of the basketball game. His defense against Johni Broome is critical.
Yeah, Broome finally gets a bucket to go down for him. Pettiford has checked in for the Auburn Tigers. Here's Johni Broome.
I like
the board, no good. Here comes Kaluma.
Something to get them going here tonight against the #2 team in the nation.
Auburn so far perfect from three-point land. Broome drives, lays it in off the glass.
Tough. That's what I mean when I say.
Here for the Longhorns. Here's Broome. Backs him down, missed the shot, got it back, kicks it out, and that three by Broome, but Denver Jones, Miles Kelly, they can fill it up as well. Here's Broome, his first shot in the lane, no good, and a foul.
He has excelled in Auburn's system. They're on the move after the wild miss layup. This is Broome. He can stretch it, puts it up. It's a bit long. New 20. Team of the nation, who has rarely trailed at the half. Matter of fact, this is just the 4th time out of their 16 games where they have trailed at the break. Johni Broome with a grown man move. The senior from Fort Mill averages about 10 a game, but still nothing today. This is Broome, the step through, missed it, and now he's 1 out of 7 from the field. And that's a Broome, the fall away, way off. Pettiford wants 3, puts it in.
It was a 3-point field goal, so tells you the aggressiveness.
Broome is trying to work in here from a mile away. That is a difficult shot. He's got something to say to the end of the South Carolina. In those first couple of games against Mississippi State and Alabama. Here's Cardwell rolling over to Broome. Head fake, puts it up, rolls off. And so an uncharacteristic miss at the rim. Pat, take a look. Hashtag Devin Downey. Remember that one?
I do.
Okay, last win for South Carolina against an AP top 2 team. It was 15 years ago. I think Downey went for, what, 30?
A number of them here on the floor today.
Yeah, heavyweight bout it felt like, and Pringles stepped into the ring. Broome, he's got that great touch. Misfires going over the right shoulder.
Yeah, and you cannot double
7-footer off the bounce that time.
Yeah, and I get it. South Carolina wants to put that perimeter pressure on, but you've got to have that weak side help if that's going to be the case.
Here's Broome, the southpaw, misfires on that turnaround, goes back up with the left and got it to go.
Well, very few people in the country understand.
Morris Ugasuk has been their most reliable 3-point shooter. Some numbers here for Johni Broome, is running the floor. Well, arguably the best player in the league after the miss. Watches his teammate Carter.
And don't expect a call. Play through contact. Great pass.
Broome always looking to get back to the left, but he couldn't hit it. And a big Kelly looking for Broome. Again, one-on-one with Okpara. Got to the left hand. Got it back. Blocked by Okpara. They get time to shoot. Broome one-on-one with Okpara. This has been a good battle tonight. Broome, no. Got it back and finishes.
Just tremendous strength by Johni Broome. They just settle. He is very good around the rim.
And again, came in dealing with a calf issue. We have not noticed anything tonight. Appears to be fine. A round and out for Broome.
That's where they hit the too casual with the ball by Auburn.
The foul on Okpara, his first. Broome again. That's his third 3 attempt tonight. He has made 1 in Okpara. Broome banging his way into the paint, up and in.
Probably got away with a little shuffle, but just able to back.
Double-figure scored. None of them have a point tonight for Auburn. Kelly, nice find. Broome.
Just a terrific job of using. That indicates contact.
Broome. Hit one earlier, misses this three, and back comes Ziegler. Disruptive, getting deflections and steals. Broome. Cardwell with a weak side rebound. Tahad Pettiford, McDonald's All-American. Off to Cardwell. Cutting his Broome. Scoring his Broome.
Boy, beautiful screen by Chad Baker-Mazara right around. Use a few more ball screens in this one. They want to certainly get the ball inside to Broome, but it is hard to run clean offense against Tennessee.
Broome blocked by Akpara, got it back but missed. Jordan Gainey down with the board.
And Broome didn't have the same kind of
back now. Kelly. Broome for three. Got it. Two-guard. Denver Jones really a two-guard for the most part before this year. Broome the turnaround, short. Boy, it is physical underneath the basket. Broome will lay it in. Somehow that ball found its way into his hands. A physical start. Broome, yes.
He just wedges his defender in, and Auburn
comes off the bench for the Tigers, but he'd be starting for just about any other team in the country. Broome with a turnaround, and it's a battle on the glass. Kelly has it.
19-1 to match the best 20-game mark in program history. Pettiford that time couldn't get it. Broome does. So what is it? What's it going to wind up? Broome, one more for good measure. It's a 24-point game, so 24.
Good job by Collins being active.
LSU trying to lock in. Damian Collins draws the tough assignment. Broome spins and scores it.
What this tells me, it's really hard to win games on the league, in this league on the road. It's really hard to win games when you're the #1 team in the country.
Well, give it to maybe the best big man in America. Bounces it, but right to Denver Jones. Auburn quickly into the front court once again. Here's Broome, look out! Broome absorbs some contact. Ball still on the ground. So 6 on the shot clock. Chris Moore, bounce pass to Broome, just checked in. Oh, that is pure. Off the window and down.
On around it can beat you in more ways.
Well, you've got what, 6, 7, 8 starters? What'd you say on this roster? Broome. They only can start 5, they got 7. Force leads to another giveaway. Jones lost the handle. Jones over to Broome. Wants the 3. Offline. Bounces to Broome. And Johni gets
to roll the dice.
He's been by far their most productive offensive player. Broome wide open underneath, so it's a 12-point lead once again. Broome has 8.
Those are the ones you got to make.
Baker-Mazara, that's a difficult one off balance. You know, Cardwell underneath just gets a hand on it. Broome can't make a pay. Get the
80. Yeah, I will be tuned in.
Book it. Broome barks it in the chest. Boy, he does that spin back better than most. Just could not get it to go this time. Givens with his eyes on one team in America. So they get the timeout and then the turnover. Lob it up to Broome. Wow, how about the nimble agility on the baseline that time for out to Jones.
And Auburn gets more off that flex cut than anybody else in the country.
Wow, look at how Broome snatched that one away. But it's a loose ball foul on Auburn.
Rebounding effort and activity.
Broome passes up the 3. Broome into the paint, floats it up, and a rebound down to Miller.
Green, I'm not sure I'm going to have much success there.
It's almost like you're going into the chest of a tight end. That's because that is the case.
Yes.
Football player in the fall out. 6 points for Carter. I thought I heard a whistle. Might have been a goaltend whistle, so no free throw. Broome spins on the freshman, and Johni Broome with a grown man move. Latest was on Saturday against Alabama. So it is a spirited crew. This is Broome going to work again. Boy, he gets that close. Look out.
When in doubt.
And Auburn relentless on the offensive glass here. That is 6 offensive rebounds. We haven't even played 2 minutes. Broome couldn't get it. Cardwell, boy, he is aggressive underneath. Chest lost the handle, and Auburn is coming back. This is a chaotic sequence to start. Broome blocked. That was Collins. He stuck with it. Broome trying to ball now for Auburn.
LSU must do better on the glass. That's a wild shot.
Okay, 5. Broome blocked. Collins got it. 6 looks. A 7th opportunity before the turn. Jones couldn't hit it. And Auburn with consecutive offensive rebounds on this opening sequence. Here's Broome, the lefty, left the push shot short. Lost his footing. Has it. Chest.
Murray leaning in, looking to draw the contact, but Cardwell picks it up. Here's Broome in the open floor. 88-79.
And Bruce Pearl can.
Broome up top, bouncing for Baker Mazzara. Back to the big. Looking to shoot it, and banked up and in. He made it and drew the foul, too.
OB for holding him in check, but he's had so much help from his teammates.
Working on Brakefield, a lot of contact, flipped it up, no whistle there. Couldn't get it to drop.
Reflects that.
Johni Broome looking to be player of the year on the back down. Tried to use that window. Cardwell, another rebound. Out for Baker Mazzara. He gets
to get the easy layup.
Big time fight for the #1 team in the country on the road in the SEC. Broome leans in, but no. Broome on the high post. Pettiford went for a cut. Broome wants to shoot it. Too strong. Ole Miss getting some big time momentum with a terrific basket on the other end. Here's Kelly for Broome. Taking advantage of Padula going in strong. He gets knocked to the deck, no whistle. And second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Broome to make a move again. Another 3 on the way, and he got it. In the final.
For Murray trying to get to the rim.
Broome will launch it up there and swish it in, the triple.
OB, I was all ready to say.
Denver Jones on the dribble. Trying to step away. Shot clock down to 3. Cardwell, another air ball, but up and in by Broome. And he had Padula sit right on top of him.
But that's the thing that makes
right.
So her eyes are trained to roll whenever she hears something that she might consider to be nonsense.
Broome turns on the baseline and banks it in. He thought he had a foul as well, but no whistle there. The other thing about Michigan.
First Virginia over Jay Huff, who's starring now with the Memphis Grizzlies. So yep. I'm gonna trust Jamin Brakefield remembering that.
Broome in close, can't convert.
The McDonald's All-American freshman averages 16 points a game against ranked teams, and of course, Ole Miss 23 in the rankings. We can look forward to a big one here, possibly from Tahad Pettiford as well.
With 100 points in his career, big pickup for Coach Beard at Ole Miss. Shot clock inside 10, little leaner here, and Broome tried to clean it up, gets it back and draws the foul, and pulls it.
And Broome beats Northweather down the floor, but he can't finish. Sooners actually out-rebounding Auburn 9-4 over the last 8 minutes, helping them stay in this game. Broome gathers himself, almost was a travel.
I think that women's basketball's ceiling is through the roof, and men's basketball is continuing to elevate as well.
Broome off the mark. It's pulled down by Northweather, but Auburn gets it back. And Glenn Taylor Jr. in for the first time for Oklahoma, and it's Broome with the steal. Gathers himself, and Baker Mazzara, hello! I have fears. This is what the NBA scouts have come to see here tonight.
No doubt.
Broome banging inside, showing a soft touch. Oh, he also says you're too little.
Play. Oklahoma can shoot it as well. I like the fact that the Sooners have not backed down to this pace, though.
Broome coming through.
Big boy. Looks like that ankle. Oklahoma not turning the basketball over, defending at a high level and rebounding.
Johni Broome lets the defense fly by. That's an and one.
And
decides to now pull it out. Inside they go. Kick out. Johni Broome, he will spot up. And it's Kelly with a backside offensive rebound.
Both the big guy, the starting, well, he's not a starter, but the big guys, the roommates, Houck and Condon, have been terrific.
Broome misses a three. Cardwell kicks it back out to him. And the second time will go, 87-74. Timeout.
Block him out. He's going to keep it alive, and they get another three off an offensive rebound.
12 made threes for Florida. Broome, no. Florida ball, but only briefly.
Had inside position.
Pettiford behind the back, now finds Kelly. Pettiford open in the corner. And Broome will get the roll. Playing, Jay, with a little more intensity than they did at times earlier in this game.
Well, full court pressure. They're taking some chances and really going after the ball. What a tough shot.
Hardwell with a rebound, and he's fouled. Moment for the Gators up front. It's Chinyelu and Houck. Kelly behind a screen. Tipped up and followed by Broome.
Terrific play by Chad. Let's take a little bit of time off. Then Auburn doesn't get into anything till about 16 on the clock. Good pass.
Broome banks it home and a foul. Pettiford way off, but Broome the rebound. Triple team. Now two of them leave, but he can't score. And Broome has missed a couple of shots around the rim, Jay. That back. There has been a 24-point swing in this game. Broome lays it in and one.
They had on Dylan Cardwell. They're not giving up anything easy.
No double on Broome. Banging with Condon. And can't hit it. Boy, he backed him down as much as he wanted, including 13 of Florida's last 17 points.
The screening Johni Broome into the low post, a little on big screen.
Boy, he always gets back to that right shoulder, but this time couldn't finish.
Situations or in ball screen situations, not stay at the level of the screen. Because right now, Walter Clayton Jr. is having his way.
That's a pretty good game plan. Get it to Broome and let him get over that right shoulder.
And he has been spectacular in a Gators uniform the last 2 seasons.
Very talented high school football player. Played offense and defense, quarterback, wide out, DB, but like basketball more. Broome one-on-one, isolated with Chinyelu. The spin and the finish.
He made Ruben Chinyelu for a bucket.
Tied at 23. Broome back into the game after sitting for about 4 minutes. Jaheim Hudson, the offensive rebound. Part of Florida's game plan. We've seen a bunch of backdoor cuts already, trying to take advantage of the aggressive Auburn D.
You want to take advantage of any overplay situation. That's why Auburn needs to get great pressure on the ball to block that shot.
Fifth-year player, 2 at Morehead State, 3 here on the Plains. That was his 399th career block.
To come up with in this game.
Broome going to work on Condon. Trying to get back to that left hand and somehow gets it to go.
Well, Condon did a great job forcing
for the Tigers. Now Chad Baker-Mazara. Shot clock inside 10. Broome from 15, around and out, and the rebound down to Will Richard. As we show you, the
play was enormous. Right as Vanderbilt gained the lead. Step back three.
Good defense that time. You know, it'll be a great game when you look at any team that can score points in a hurry.
Broome on the attack.
Looked like that ankle was feeling okay on
basketball universe.
Yeah.
Will be the great state of Alabama as those two rivals meet as 1 versus 2, and Broome stays with it, finds a way.
Well, he was just too big, and that was an outstanding.
Forced one up off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, Commodores having challenges dealing with the length of Auburn.
Broome comes up short. Chaney Johnson, the lob, and Broome couldn't dunk it down. A historical season like this.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, they're human. They get tired on occasion.
Absolutely. It's great preparation for March Madness. And Johni Broome looked pretty healthy off of the tremendous.
Bulk of that production coming from Johnson. And now it's Broome on carry. Backs his way in and lays it up.
And if you're Mark Byington, you've got to allow Jalen.
This roster is constructed in the 9 transfers that Mark Byington brought in.
Oh, man, it's first class. And I was just simply overwhelmed as you see Johni Broome with the finish. I was overwhelmed.
Broome. McLaughlin clears.
No foul.
Here's Johni Broome left wide open, back iron.
To get in the air, he saw that coming, the transfer from Cornell.
Back to live action, here's Broome. Coming off career highs, the comeback win against Texas on Saturday. 18-14, Broome. Poked out of bounds, it'll stay on this end with 8:08. But on the floor early, replacing Chris Moore. Broome against McLaughlin. This is a great matchup, and Broome in and out.
But you notice he made Johni right now. In order to beat the Vanderbilt Commodores, you have to be able to defend collectively as a unit.
Boy, Broome on nickel, that's a mismatch, and Broome makes him pay.
Well, certainly a mismatch, but you can't allow Johni Broome to continue to go.
Bench tonight. And Moore with 16 starts a year ago, coming off the bench primarily this campaign. And the putback is Moore on cue.
Yeah, one of the toughest players.
Wants some space. Banging with Diabate. Broome wins, and it's a double-digit lead. And not over.
A good balance by Chaney Johnson. Looked like he was going to fall backwards for a second there.
Open is Broome. Got it to go. What a great pass from Chaney Johnson.
And a nice flash into
in this game and have trailed by as many as 14. Broome. And he looks shaken up. Maybe it's the end. But Auburn has had the response time after time.
And here's the run stopper, Johni Broome.
The fadeaway, short. Bailon being because of how many different options, how many different plays Bruce Pearl has in his system. Broome wide open.
That's clearly
from Auburn, so you know he wants to have a big game today. Broome, the fadeaway. Boy, if he can't get back to that right shoulder, he's got other ways to hurt you.
He's going to say, hey, tough beans, man. You're not playing. They asked one of the walk-ons, hey, are you a 14? Give Grant your shoes.
I guess you want to recruit walk-ons with.
Vinson's coming off a 22-point game against Texas where he had 4 of 5 from 3.
Broome, no. And it'll be Allen.
Rebounds.
6 offensive rebounds now in the game for the tie. Broome at the other end. Can't hit it. And with all the great things in the Iron Bowl on the football side, the rivalry there, they've never had a 1 versus 2. They got one here in basketball. Nice turnaround by
usual. He's got 22 turnovers over that stretch.
And Nate Oates will tell you too much dribbling in traffic. Nice play, but no finish.
Basket interference. Yep. He touched it while he was
Broome.
Well, nobody works harder than Mo Diabate. His plus-minus the best on this Alabama team.
Broome gets to the left hand, but too strong off the glass.
11 rebounds and really attacked the paint with force.
Broome getting into the paint. And the soft touch for him. He's got 8 already.
Way down against Auburn. Down 10 early. Wound up winning the game going away. You just have to keep playing.
What a rebound by Dylan Cardwell. Broome will try another one, and it is 9-0 for the Tigers. Alabama likes to play at as fast a pace as any team in the country, but it is off.
Baker Mazar has been the go-to guy here down the stretch. Broome setting the screen and rolling. Now it's Kelly. Underneath. Reverse layup. Falls off the rim.
Same team.
Out of bounds. Got 12 second half points. Backing down Thero here. Spinning. Shooting. Back rim no. Broome tips it up and in. Johni. Broome up top, hesitates, fires, too strong on the three, and Richmond gets the long rebound. Beat Alabama in the first ever 1 versus 2 matchup in SEC history. Move inside, no good, but the putback for Broome.
Also not a good sign on the weak side of the court, Nellie Davis.
Good hands. Kelly with the steal. They tried with the backdoor cut. Kelly coast to coast. Broome with the follow jam. Timeout Arkansas.
By the way,
step back three-pointer, and he's 0 for 6 from behind the arc. Broome beat Ivisic down court and scores with the left.
I don't know how that wasn't.
Freshman Carter Knox stepping up big for the Razorbacks here in the second half. Broome spinning and missed it, but it's batted in by Brazil for Arkansas. Off the mark. Another rebound for Broome. That's 7. Broome for 3. No good. Wagner rebounds.
Acrobatic move by Knox.
Broome backing down Ivisic. Misses the fall away. Ivisic clears.
That's great defense by Ivisic, just holding his ground.
And a turnover forced by Kelly. Gives it up to Broome, and Ivisic with another swat.
Uh-oh.
Thero.
He's so shifty with the ball.
Bedford, nice pass to Broome again. Excellent bounce, and Broome with another basket. 6-0 Auburn. 1 point lead for the Razorbacks on the road against number 1. Auburn coming off that win as Broome with the slam. Bedford the find. Ranked number 1 for the 6th consecutive week. That is a school record. In that 2022 season where they lost to Arkansas, they were ranked 3 straight weeks as number 1. Broome missing from the perimeter. Not a great shooter from out. Right around 50% from the floor. Broome with 5 rebounds, 2 points, and an assist early on. Here's Broome missing the fadeaway.
Wagner, that's when they're at their best.
And Davis has been at his best of late, averaging 16 points per game in his last 6. Here's Broome, so good with his back to the bucket. Johni Broome, one of the candidates.
Georgia's sitting in the zone. Broome has dissected it with his passing. Spin move, 2-hand jam. Went right by the freshman. 29 now. He's just looking up on TikTok. Here's Broome. Passed on the 3. Went with the drive and the flush.
And Hudson cleared the way for him there. Trying to find his stroke.
He and Denver Jones have just about split the minutes at the point guard position today. Lob to Broome. Cashes in again. 25-point performance for Johni.
Faced at NC State today. And Georgia, you're exhausted because you're playing a top 10 team every other night, but at least you're getting the opportunity.
Oh, Johni Broome picking up the trash. This game, they had the opportunity to rest and present some wrinkles. The zone is the wrinkle. Here's Broome, plenty of time. Splashes it home. 19 for Broome. 5. And saves it to Cardwell. And a lob pass nearly hit the scoreboard. Broome, the left hand hammer. Dogs stay with the zone look. Baker Mazar, the blind feed, and Broome better lucky than good.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to throw the...
In the last game of 2024. Broome, fade away. Cardwell board. Another opportunity. Baker Mazar. Only 1 made bucket for Newell this afternoon. He's got 3 points.
Auburn has missed the screener step, and they usually get near the logo.
Broome with the drop step. Easy deuce.
Yeah, that's too easy. You know he wants...
Silas Demery guarding. And now same with Broome and Newell. Veteran versus rookie. Broome. Off the mark.
And Tom, I tell you.
Left it short.
on the shot from Kane. I said he was a good partner. That was LeBron who missed that first game. And now Broome for three. Got it. Johni Broome has not been shooting well from Auburn, just 35% from the floor. They came in to today, and as most of the season, quick shot from Broome. The #1 offensive efficiency team in all losses, only on the road at Duke and at home against protege Todd Golden in Florida. Broome fights for the rebound. It's out of bounds and will go to the Dogs. They've been banged up and dealing with various injuries. Bruce Pearl does a fantastic job of keeping his stars fresh, and that was the goal of bringing Baker Mazzara. 4-9 in conference play. Broome left wide open, and he is just 2 for his last 11 from deep. That's coming over to the head-to-head matchup at Stegman Coliseum earlier this season. Here's Broome, lefty fadeaway, crashing the glass. Santos Rio. Here's Baker Mazzara back in the starting lineup. Came off the bench the last couple. Broome into the paint. Off balance, and he gets it just over the rim and in. Ford early.
They'll be opportunistic, but they're so good in the half court with their play calls. Why push and get a bad shot when you get a great one like that?
Baker Mazzara with the assist on a bullet to Johni Broome.
Or a 2 or a 3 seed.
Yes,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
a good point, yeah. All right, he just threw his wristband off because it was bothering him, and he just worked his way in. You don't see that combo very.
Which one do you want?
Bucky's.
Okay.
just to screw with Joe Klein. Hey, and let me tell you something. You know, Joe's wife, and also the coach has to challenge you. He's not just a post-up player anymore. Bruce has done a fabulous job of taking him like 12 to 15 feet, because the last couple of years he was
Jackson available. Arkansas playing Texas tonight without a Adu Hero. Big stories in the SEC. Broome, pretty play. He's showing us all he's got.
Ravi, but where is Mercer instead? They were double teaming him, Ravi, before the ball was inbounded.
One-on-one with Morrell. Just bullies his way in. Johni Broome.
That's just a bad game, down 8.
Ole Miss has hit their last 5 field goal attempts. Broome with it up.
That just completely too easy. You're playing a 2-3 zone and no
good passing big man. A lot of contact. Broome can't get that one to go, and it's out of bounds, and it's going to go. And Broome has a foot on Morrell, so he will begin to back him in. And go with the right and come up a little short.
Well, great job by Morrell, right? To be that undersized. It's
been an awfully impressive performance by the Tigers. They dribble through any of that trap, and Johni Broome saw the lane.
That is the problem when you press Auburn.
Stribbling the ball is a 5-star. He chose Auburn over UConn and several other big-time programs. Denied at the rim. Great elevation and defense by Dre Davis.
He takes care of that ball. Only 17 turnovers in 420 minutes.
Great lob down to Broome, and he was able to take advantage again. Really good entry passes to number 4.
Auburn also got to the free throw line about 35 times. Stay in front of the ball if you're Auburn in this game. A huge deal.
Well, Broome beat his man. He had Padula in a mismatch as he also got caught.
Those plays.
UNCF light the way. For the journey will test you, push you. But with your vision and drive, we can illuminate the path to and through college.
Time Robinson injured today, Owe in foul trouble. Bray has now got the last 11 for. So Pettiford at the point with Jones on the bench with an ankle injury. Broome an air ball, and it's Kentucky ball.
They went right to a lot of good shooting teams. Their best shooter shoots 37%. And that's the worst shooter among these guards.
Broome, his first field goal of the game.
That's the way they started the game, trying to get the ball.
Defended by Williams. The right hand this time, and it won't go.
Excellent defense by Amari Williams. And Kentucky
Up empty.
Those are some substantial bodies you have to go through. Dylan Cardwell defending that with a vertical contest.
Broome will miss a three. And it's Kentucky ball. 17 minutes per game. Their last 7 games made 3 big threes against Tennessee a couple of weeks back. Broome missed it.
I'm surprised he didn't take the first opportunity. It is mindful of what happened when they played at Auburn. Great steal. What hands.
Baker Mazzara back to Broome and misses the layup. It's only 2 losses at Duke and at home against Florida. Unbeaten on the road in SEC play, 7-0. The fadeaway short from Broome.
Really nice job defensively.
Away from the end of this one as A&M looks for its first ever win against number 1. Beautiful pass to Johni Broome, and with his offhand, he converts.
Boy, beautiful job by Bruce Pearl. Hit the glass and get your first win ever against the number 1 team.
Broome fade away. Woo, he's pretty. Only 6 points. Auburn trailed Iowa State by 18 in Maui and came back to win. Do they have a comeback in them tonight? Lead. Broome with the spin move. Great touch around Garcia.
And the knockaway of that, our kamikaze style of play is going to continue for the next 20 minutes. We are coming right at the number 1 team in the country.
Another quick release by Johni Broome, and his landmarks were off. Trying to go. Won't get it started until late. Talking with Stephen Pearl about their offensive execution at Kentucky, he said, I know what the result was, but I didn't think we executed well. There's Broome for his first bucket.
Tom, what
behind the back, but to the Auburn side. Pettiford to Kelly. Into Broome. The lefty spins back to his strong side, but misses a bunny.
He got rushed, didn't he?
Yep.
He had undersized guys covering him.
How important is the traps against the traps is Johni Broome's passing ability?
It's huge. And that's exactly what Buzz Williams wants for
juniors tonight, their final home game of the season. 6 on the clock for Broome. And he puts up a push shot over the double team and left it short.
Well, Texas A&M has a built-in.
The ball, and he fires one. That's short. He follows it, though. They have plenty of time. Broome to tie. We're tied tonight. Broome, quarter 3 with the.
It's hard to say who's been the best player in this game. There's multiple choices to go with.
I agree with you.
Broome, free throw line. Too strong, and it's Alabama with the lead of the ball and a minute to play.
Change his mind. And
Denver Jones has Broome. This is an open 3. And he knocked it down. The man who's running out of time here in Auburn. Crowd. And Nelson helped. Cardwell offensive rebound. Here's Broome. Spin move. Pretty right by Amore, who wasn't interested in picking up his 5th. Maybe
isolate him. A little one-on-one right here against Nelson. He's going one-on-one with Nelson.
Johni Broome fade away. No good. They got 2 seconds. No foul.
Find out where the tendencies really lead in making their calls. Oh.
Broome spins. We're tied at 79.
So they go to the side ball screen, an empty corner, and Nelson just won.
Yeah, well, Broome really stayed right with him. That was just an incredible heave, baby, to go down.
Amore's got 4 fouls. Broome doesn't challenge him. Cardwell out of nowhere.
SEC championships, 2 tournament championships. On the other side, Nate Olson's won 2 of each. Unbelievable.
Broome, no, off the back. Not a good shot, but they get the rebound. And Sherrill is just about to take a step of travel. Here comes Broome. Aiden Sherrill got caught in the back. With a block. Here he comes. They have numbers. Great hustle from behind, but Broome flushes it down. What an effort played by Miles Kelly. Shooting that. Broome on the freshman. No good, no call.
Make enough tough twos to beat us, so be it, but we're not going to let you do it from that 3-point line.
Broome will fire a three from straight on, a brick. But the offensive rebound, nice pass, boy, good hands too. It's a good look by Baker Mazzara. I can't
Top of him.
Yes.
Smart. Get the ball there. You're in trouble.
He went with the right, and that was too short. Just about the same game and
one-on-one
against the freshman. He gets to that left, throws it up and in. Broome adds 2 more to his total. Until the finals, if they win. Good hands, deflection there, and then wide open underneath. Broome. Too easy. Great hands, though, to reclaim the basketball. Can shoot that. Nelson says no, and he comes out. Now Broome backs him down.
Little one-on-one play here. Then take a tough shot. Alabama makes 10 threes per game. One of the best in the nation.
They have 1 so far today. Down low, 2 more for Johni Broome. Again, though, excuse me, it's off. Baker Mazzara back on the floor. Remember, Baker Mazzara is playing with 2 fouls. There's Broome, that's a sweet touch. He's going to his right shoulder, Rabbi. You cannot overplay and let him spin.
There's some kind of athletes on this floor, I'll tell you that.
Broome, difficult shot. Nelson out of nowhere with a big block.
A little bit of a message afterwards.
Nobody wanted him. His phone wasn't ringing except lower level D1 schools. And yet look where he is today.
They go back to Broome, Dickie V. He missed that one, and Sherrill grabs the rebound.
You could kind of describe the entire offense
in the paint.
Yeah, they got punked by Florida midweek, and it's easy to get your club's attention when that happens.
Header for difficult pass, great catch. Broome, wow, with the right hand. Johni Broome at paint.
Tell you one thing, I love their point guard here. The kid from Jersey, Pettiford.
Yeah.
He is really going to be special.
Broome, he spun to the right, and he gets the little jump hook and looks to the jungle and points.
Switch off of him. That's the primary guy they want on Sears all afternoon long.
They get it low to Broome. Aiden Sherrill, the freshman, in, and he held his ground, but Broome able to get it to go in off the window.
Boy, Simple is so good.
They've had the toughest stretch anybody's had ever. 7 games in a row against nationally rated teams.
Broome fade away. Remember, he started his whole career at Morehead State, and this is troubling down the ball with any confidence, and that's exactly what they'd like to see him do as Broome picked up the foul. Broome a floater. He got it.
What a story.
If you're Auburn today.
Can't keep giving up 95 or 98 and expect to win, Jimmy.
Broome backs in Omori, no good.
Broome has really struggled the last 2 games. Did not get double.
Baker Mazzara. Now Broome. Got it! Picked up his dribble off to Broome. Barnes hounding him. Broome for 3, way off, and here comes Padula.
I don't get.
Still a lot of time. Auburn ball with a 5-point lead into Broome. And he lays it in. Can't do it any better than that.
Well, they used Broome for a little step up, but they.
Reese, stay with me on this. 2-point game, 4:10 to go. Broome, yes.
Broome set the.
Any more separation from Ole Miss here in the second half. Fadeaway. Rebound Johnson. Left it short. And Ole Miss right into Broome. No double yet. Broome scores.
What was impressive was the cutting.
Both teams a little bit sharper with the offensive end here to open up the second half. That's pretty sharp right there. Baker Mazzara on the alley-oop to Johni Broome. Just possession to the Tigers. Dylan Cardwell back in, barely played in the first half. 2 early fouls, an early touch for Broome, and an easy one.
Just a little Iverson cut over the top, and then a back. That flex, they call it smoke 5 cutters.
Kelly driving on Dia, left it a little short. Broome missed the follow. Boy, you never see him miss one of those. And the program works harder than he does. Jones into Broome. Spins right around Brakefield for the slam. That's big time.
Brakefield is is, can Auburn find mismatches and attack those?
Murray staying with Pettiford. A good look inside and an easy one for Broome.
Broome set a screen, then got a
2-1 and 76 in the other. The problem was they gave up 92 and 106. Broome, no. Here comes Davis.
With Sean Padula on that last
on the three-pointer, but Broome snags the rebound.
Davis was trying to block him out, just couldn't pick up the ball.
Mismatch. Cardwell, though, kicks it out. Broome misses the three. Boy, Cardwell had Sean Padula on-ball defenders in the country. You know all about Johni Broome. And it is Chris Moore starting at the three spot, if you will, not Chad Baker-Mazara, starting Kelly to Jones. Broome wants a touch and gets it. Gets to the left. Follow. Ziegler the rebound.
Overload.
Lob for Broome. Missed a couple of cracks at it, and it's Tennessee ball.
Boy, that's
another touch for Broome, and why wouldn't they?
Oh, smart play. I thought he got fouled there, too.
He did as well, but he knocks it down. It's how underrated, if that's the right word, is it, you know, publicly, globally, when a team has a five-man, as Broome scores again, when a team has a five-man who can switch on to anybody.
Oh, it's incredible. That's why most guys hold in a crowd.
Top of the spot. Broome a little further away from the basket and left it short. Generally, he's been able
the credit they deserve for being a really good defensive team. Their schemes are excellent.
Broome gets the bounce.
Well, you let him get to that chart.
National Defensive Player of the Year semifinalist. Jemai Mashak in this game is another one. Broome to the right hand this time. How smooth was that?
Just a little diagonal up screen.
Baker-Mazara the lob to Broome. And his first miss of the afternoon. A little bit late. Just trying to shoo away Zakai Ziegler. Can't do it. Broome at the foul line. Hits again. Johni Broome 5 for 5, 10 points.
Chris Moore.
Both of these programs have brought a ton of fans into the SEC tournament. Baker-Mazara a force and a follow by Broome. He's got 8. Tears would love to get up onto the one line, but at the moment it's about winning a game and winning a championship here in Nashville as well. And there's an automatic again when he gets the touchdown there. Johni Broome. He's holder tomorrow, if not certainly in the NCAA tournament. Baker-Mazara, good position for Broome, and that's almost automatic.
Yeah, it's not much you can do when you let him catch it with a foot and
win. Broome wants a clear out. He wants some space. Going right at Akpara again, and he banks it in.
He's going to score, but you can't leave the perimeter.
At 38, and my family and I still watch it, and just his sayings are inevitably tied to the sport of college basketball. Yeah. It just brings you back to you're a PT defensive end, but they get a little bit out of character with poor shot selection when they start playing.
Broome. Too strong.
Like right there, like there's no need for him to settle for a three-point shot. Shooters on this team, Chris Moore recognizing that, chasing him down, and now all of a sudden Auburn with the steal on the defensive end and another finish by Johni Broome.
Boy, is he putting on a show early.
And force him to be a playmaker. He's too comfortable on the court.
Pettiford off to Broome. He'll try another three. He's already hit one. Rebound tapped out high. A battle, and Ohio State will win the Hall of Fame Bowl that Auburn won 31-14.
So you're saying Ohio State didn't have the same recruiting budget back then?
Apparently not. Broome again, pretty much getting anything he wants, son.
He's a hard.
Both of these programs have brought a ton of fans into the SEC tournament. Baker-Mazara a force and a follow by Broome. He's got 8. He's listed as a guard on their roster, but he's 6'6", 220, and very strong. Tough one. Lanier, not this time, and Broome the rebound.
What a great switch by Dylan Cardwell.
And a couple of misses for Mashak. He's a good free throw shooter, 77% of the serve of Tennessee, who's been sitting for about 2 minutes right now. Lanier backs up and misses the three. Broome another rebound.
Cardwell again with another switch, staying in front, forcing a really...
The screen by Broome. Pettiford. The lefty off the glass, no. Broome with the offensive rebound.
Well, how did he grab that? Cade Phillips was driving him back. What a rebound by Johni Broome.
Johni down to Phillips. Gathers, tipped, and Broome down with it for Auburn. And Baker Mazzara down behind the play. Kelly to Jones. Broome wants a touch and gets it. Gets to the left. Follow. Ziegler the rebound. Two teams during the regular season. Matthew Morrell will miss the long jumper, and Broome runs down the rebound.
Auburn is switching a lot of the back cutting.
Shot clock at 10 for Miles Kelly. Wide right on the three-pointer, but Broome snags the rebound.
Well, Davis was trying to block him out, just couldn't pick up the ball.
Good matchup here. Dia and Broome. The jumper. Looked like Dia was trying to get himself a foul call there and didn't get it. Missed the shot.
I thought he might try to drive him middle and then spin.
Padula looking to get going. Instead, the kick to Davis. Misses the three, and Ole Miss now 3 for 12 from three and just 5 for
cut. And they always look to the screener.
Kelly in the corner. Broome has it and is fouled. Boy, he didn't have inside position of efficiency for KenPom, and they've only got 27 points in this one. Great position down low, but Dia couldn't finish it.
And that's the rim protection with the length that offers that flex. They call it smoke 5 cutters.
Kelly driving on Dia, left it a little short. Broome missed the follow. Boy, you never see him miss one of those. And
he did.
So the basket counts and a foul on Baker Mazzara, his second. Davis, though, misses the free throw, so it's still a 3-point game.
When you knock it in the basket, you don't get credit.
But they're going in right now. They couldn't make him in the first. They can't miss him in the second. Kelly short. Broome the rebound. Jones.
Good switch by Chris Moore to keep Padula from turning the corner.
Tough shot. And Broome has it. That'll be his 10th rebound of the game and his 18th double.
Some of that action. Auburn's going to have to make a decision. Should they switch or stay with their man?
Murray. A little bit strong off the glass. Broome the rebound.
To speak with you. We have names.
Well, yeah, on Sunday you're one of the guys. Today you're not one of the guys. Unless it's Dan and the guy.
Yeah. Could pick up another foul here if he's not careful.
Yeah, it's getting physical down there. The corner three, Morrell, no. And guess who? Johni Broome with another rebound.
In the biggest moment.
Rebels need a very quick score. Padula for three. Nope. Broome the rebound. And that'll do it.
Broome came over, and he may have intimidated a little bit. 2,500 points and 1,500 rebounds. Just a monster career for Broome. Nelson, oh, he had a dunk, and he missed it.
He missed the dunk. He missed the bird. Oh, he had the dunk, baby. Makes 10 threes per game. One of the best in the nation.
They have won so far today. Down low to Moore for Johni Broome. Again, though, excuse me, it's off regular season. Yeah, and you look at that women's bracket right now, those 1 seeds, Texas, USC, UCLA, and South Carolina. All 4 of those teams could win. Past points, 6 a game. He is shooting for his 16th point of the first half. No good there. And for Sherelle, fellas, 6 points, 7 rebounds. How about that in just 10 minutes?
He had a nice stroke. He really does.
Sears pulls up. That's short, too. But Auburn forcing Alabama to take tough twos, taking away those threes. That is the game. You can have an 8, 9, 10-point swing within a game if you win those ATO. Sears, no good. He's really struggled and has not got a lot of shots off, not many opportunities. Seed in the NCAA tournament. That's how close they are right now. And to your point, how big this chance is on the road. Alabama's got a smaller lineup out there now with Holloway, Sears,
And now Garcia off the glass, too strong. Coleman blows his second tip. He already had one of those.
Exactly what Buzz Williams wants, for Johni Broome to settle for that crowded long two.
Wiltshire, three-point specialist, doing what he does, but couldn't get it to go.
Tom, I want to go back to my draw 4 times a game. That tells you the value that Buzz Williams sees through his eyes for number 11.
1 of 2 from the line, and Broome with the rebound.
Within this possession, they'll go man-to-man.
It is a matchup zone that Buzz Williams hasn't used a ton of all season, but they've gone back to it the last couple of games. Howard loses it on the drive to earn the #1 national seed, the #1 overall. Now they get a rivalry game with Alabama on Saturday before the SEC tournament. What level of concern do you have for Donovan Washington rebound? 21 offensive rebounds for Texas A&M. Washington's got 6 of those.
Washington
has a chance to push. Baker Mazzara past midcourt. Baker Mazzara fires off balance, and Broome keeps it alive. Here's Kelly. Nope.
Broome in the basket. Carr, much healthier now than he was a few weeks ago, was dealing with a back issue. Great cut by Butler, but he can't lay it in.
Had to use that left arm, and that left shoulder has been
number 3 Notre Dame and number 25 Louisville, followed by number 6 South Carolina and number 15 Kentucky.
Otega just picked up a cheap foul on
for Broome. It won't go, but it's tipped out to Williams.
Great tip by Noah.
Right into the chest of Cardwell, but he can't finish. 2 pretty good opportunities for the Cats, but they come up empty. Then they get this into single digits by the end of the half. Butler, left hand, but no, and Broome the rebound.
Boy, beautiful step through, but Auburn has numbers.
America's #1 most watched daytime talk show is ABC's The View.
You all heard it here first.
This is going to be much.
Kelly. And Bruce Pearl told Jess Sims at halftime, I don't know if those 2 banked threes should count, but they do. He has had an extraordinary day here in Rupp Arena.
And again, we thank everybody for their patience.
Damon Brakefield, number 4 into the game for Ole Miss. A floater, no good. First miss of the night. And Auburn trying to push it with Baker Mazzara. There you go. He had it deep and he missed the dunk. And that's been the first 10 minutes of this game for both Ole. Go to Cardwell. Another good passing big man. A lot of contact. Broome can't get that one to go, and it's out of bounds, and it's going to go. Good effort on defense not to lose the ground. Kelly, no good. Broome. Padula was looking for a jump ball. Aware, Broome bringing the play combination. And Broome was there to affect that shot.
Play that same afternoon. You and I and Dick Vitale, Alabama at Tennessee, a 5 versus 6 matchup.
Normally when I go places, whether it's a gas station, supermarket, or dry cleaner, people think I want to talk to them. So it's not a lot of fun for me. So I've actually never been, I'm serious.
Run for president. When are you going to run for president? I'm going to vote for you.
Well,
Common Sense Party.
Well, it's a little late for that.
And not a surprise about the top teams in this league. Florida, Alabama's bowl falls down, and Padula throws up an air ball. They come at you in waves. There's so much quality.
Pass down low, but Dylan James pass on the shot, and Georgia with a slow start to this game, 0 for 3 from the floor.
To your point, Tom, tempo, not 3 threes already for him. He's been settling a little too much.
Deep 3 off the back of the rim for Kane, who has One of 2 field goals made by Georgia.
Of offensive numbers, they've been pretty stagnant the last 5 or 6 minutes. Slow to get in their sets.
Absent with the step through, left it short. Here's Chad Baker Mazzara. He started this game. All losses only on the road at Duke and at home against protege Todd Golden in Florida. Broome fights for the rebound. It's out of bounds and will go to the Dogs to set it up. Demery guarding Broome. Kick to the corner. Baker Mazzara for 3. And Broome another offensive rebound and foul on the putback.
And that right.
Pettiford finds Baker Mazzara. Floater off the back of the rim. And Demery knocked it out of his teammate's hands. It stays with Auburn.
Coach, the first 3 minutes of halftime, the team meets on their own. The coaches meet on their own. They're separate ways. Then they come together. He said, I'm scrapping that. We're going to meet together right away. He goes, got to try to do something.
And he has performed mightily here in the first 2.5 minutes. Newell into Cardwell. Didn't get the whistle. Mike White beside himself that they didn't get the call. Baker Mazzara gambles. Here's LeFew open from 3. Dogs can't take advantage of it.
Yeah, they made the right read. You called it. Baker Mazzara took it.
The floor wants a touch. Jones, late in the shot clock, fires up an air ball, and Broome barreled into the opposition. It ends up with a Baker Mazzara 3.
Landmines like they faced at NC State today. And Georgia, you're exhausted because you're playing a top 10 team every other night, but at least you're getting the opportunity.
Oh, Johni Broome picking up the... Now 7 to shoot. 5 on the clock. Fade away, 1 foot, no. Broome there. And he is a human eraser. He cleans up a lot of mistakes. Georgia bench says, give Silas Demery room to operate. Pull up. No good. Missed opportunity for Georgia. To what this program was and what it's been built to. This incredible home court advantage. It'll be the 56th win in the last 61 games here at the Jungle.
Thought he might have got away with some steps. Ran a little hammer action and a terrific job by Chaz Lanier.
Broome swings it. Cardwell gets it to go.
Boy, they got caught in communicating on a switch. Lanier.
Baker Mazzara, terrific scorer. They talk about maybe he comes back next year. He has the ball now. In the paint, floater. That counts for 2. He is the most important guy. I'm telling you, Johni Broome is a stud.
Certainly going to be a confidence booster, that's for sure.
Broome spin move. Nice dish. Cardwell. Return to sender.
Nice play by Broome.
This morning guarding Sears. We've got to be sticky on Mark Sears. So far, so good. Nice cut.
Great bounce pass. Kelly again. Wow, Broome with the assist.
What a tremendous cut. What a great...
Cardwell got cut off, but still finishes. First bucket for Auburn.
And what a valuable guy, right? For a guy that only averages 5 points and 5.
Florida's passing big men did a fantastic job out of the A&M double teams. That'll be a challenge for the Tigers tonight. Step through, Johnson finishes on the other side.
Such an improved player has...
The defensive job that Auburn has done in this game, especially to run Kentucky off the three-point line, has been fantastic.
And Kelly with a chance for a 4-point...
Just sort of ducking into the switch to get that bucket. But these switches for Auburn have been spectacular.
Speaking of spectacular,
Broome and Cardwell were an absolute nightmare in the first meeting as they quickly try to double Broome, who finds the corner 3 ball. That goes down, and the rims are wide open tonight. That's the trouble. They give Broome a little baseline. He finds the cutter, Johnson, who elevates. And he pulls that card to start the second half. Broome picks up his 3rd assist on the alley-oop. I don't know if that's the 4th, on it to the 5. Nice pass, and the alley-oop again. Wow. Mazzara, Broome, Johnson.
Meanwhile, poor shooting percentages for both teams, the 4th worst combined in an SEC game this season. Broome, the lob, Cardwell to finish. First bucket of the night for Dylan Cardwell.
Well, and they
floor wants a touch. Jones, late in the shot clock, fires up an air ball, and Broome barreled into the opposition. It ends up with a Baker Mazzara 3. Away 1 foot no. Broome there. And he is a human eraser. He cleans up a lot of mistakes. And Jones with the left-hand push shot.
You just think about the opportunity where Georgia...
7 points in its midweek win against Arkansas. This has been an offense not as efficient as we've seen. And Chaney Johnson off the Johni Broome assist.
Well, the second perimeter can play off that dribble penetration of both Nelly Davis and Wagner.
Broome on the back down. He's an excellent passer out of the double team. What a skip pass to the open three-point shooter, Miles Kelly.
Ball, play inside out. Fierro's made his first shot from the outside. Doesn't mean he needs to take every shot from the perimeter now.
Broome with another good pass out of the double team. That was a touch pass to Moore, who knocks down has a 6-point lead. In the high post, it's Johnson backing down the defense. Hits the shot and a foul. Chance at a 3-point play. Richmond.
All right, Alabama's big guys playing right in the center of the lane.
Playing off Chris Moore. He's getting the start on the wing. Miles Kelly knocks it down, and he can certainly do that. I think this is his big game jacket, though. We've seen this one a couple of times before. This Alabama team has so many offensive weapons, and you could say the same for Auburn. Big shot there for Sonic blockbuster matchup.
One of the ways you can free up Mark Sears, use him as a screener. That's what they did, but Kelly took it away from him.
Denver Jones knocks down a 3, so Auburn has 7 made 3.
There's the flex action.
Broome finds Kelly, and Kelly gets the roll.
Boy, awfully easy.
Put me in. He knew he wasn't 100% when he came back for that win against the Vols, but that was a huge moment in the season. Jones, a great cut and an easy finish at the rack.
Well, and that's all from the basket.
He had moments against number 6 Tennessee like that as well. Late. Johnson for 3. Boy, listen to the Auburn fans in the house.
He's having a great year.
There are no two programs in America, to my opinion, which embody more the up transferring. Guys coming from low or mid-majors from all over the place and turning in college basketball. Broome again one-on-one with Condon. Kelly the drive. It'll go. Only regular season meeting between these two. Kelly just inside the arc, knocks down another one.
Screener. And oftentimes he will duck into the post and Florida can get a drive. He essentially screens the help defense.
Oh, Kelly got open again, and he makes Florida pay again.
And Johni Broome will set a screen. Now he's going to shoot out to the corner.
Johnson, the assist to Broome, 12-point game.
They went right into flex action.
Pettiford. Broome comes up with a loose ball. And the corner 3 for Miles Kelly.
Chad Baker Mazar, the 6'7" senior from the Dominican Republic. He is so long, can do so many things. But it's Kelly, first shot of the game, and he knocks down a 3.
Certainly a high-level athlete.
This is an Oklahoma team that has won 3 of their last 4 games. Backdoor cut, and Miles Kelly throws it down.
Is able to make the play for you.
There's a steal by Auburn. And Baker Mazar out in front of everybody. Timeout Oklahoma. 2 for their last 8. Nice pass from Broome to Cardwell. That's how you end the drought.
Such a willing passer. Jump shots on the perimeter. What a pass.
Moore in close. Broome, he's calling for it. He said, no, let's get that clear out. Here's the double. Gets it off to Pettiford. Straight on. He said, I'll take it. Off the window. Didn't mean.
An all senior or graduate starting five for Auburn, led by Broome, the 6'10 grad. Kicks into the corner for Baker Mazzara. He'll knock that one down from three-point land.
Obi, this is a team.
Pettiford gives up the dribble. Broome out of the double. Downstairs, Hudson with the stuff.
Lack of rotation on the double team in a small double team.
Line. Broome up high. Hit two big threes at the tail end of the first half. Got airborne. Baker Mazzara hits it.
And we talked about the plethora of...
Down into the corner. Here's Kelly. Broome goes up high over Padula. He's done it several times today. Grabbed the rebound. Baker Mazzara is the free man in that paint, and Johni Broome among the many great things.
Has already won a couple of games without Broome, Mississippi State, then a road win at Georgia that Bruce Pearl called their most impressive win of the year. They've got Broome back and give him the assist on the... Baker Mazzara defended by Lanier, now into Broome. Kelly from the corner knocks it down, and Auburn is on top.
In the second, they were down by as many as 9 in the first half, and so they're trying to get right in the second half. What a beautiful offensive sequence there. Kelly around the screen, and they find him on.
Here's Broome. Backs him down, missed the shot, got it back, kicks it out, and that three is good by Miles Kelly.
Well, Miles Kelly, one of
Auburn making their SEC home opener against the #2 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers. 6-3 is our score, and make it all tied up at 6 as Denver
at all times
on the 12-2 run is Auburn. Broome inside, Jamie Johnson lays it in.
Tough. I think you got to get one if you're Rodney. Be their most valuable and important player.
They get it into Broome. Kelly, good from 3.
Wow. Ample weapon.
Zara misses. Here's Broome. Oh, good ball fade. Wide open is Miles Kelly.
Wow.
Boy, they've had great doubles. Oh, that's a heck of a pass.
How did he even see it?
And counted on the 3.
A 4-point opportunity. Fire short. Up to Johni Broome out in the open floor. Now Jones lays it up and in.
And Cardwell's down on this end of the floor.
He went up very aggressive to take that shot.
Johni avoids a steal and finds Chaney Johnson wide open for the flush.
Just you love
playing well tonight for Auburn. He's got 5.
Well, I think this Auburn team has finally realized that this Monmouth is 2-10, but they can play. They're a team with effort in it, and you just think at 6'9", a redshirt sophomore, this Monmouth team. But how about the way Broome and Cardwell work together? Just Final Fours, and this team is composed of great players, great skill, but a defensive-minded. That in this time and age, Jay Billis said it best.
In front of a decidedly pro-Tigers crowd, obviously here in Birmingham, we're just as Baker Mazzara with a backdoor cut, he'll lay it in, and the Tigers strike early. Simple action. Ranked non-conference teams. If they win today, Jay, it'll be their 4th of this season already. Cardwell from Broome for the slam.
Exactly. Reason that he missed by about 10 feet. Broome at the top of the key. Here's Pettiford, the freshman, long range. Yes. Knocks down the 3. The McDonald's.
That it gives you a true reason for how you can make a difference in life.
Oh, very well said. 15-7. Auburn trying to add to that. And Will on the long 3 by Denver Jones.
Right now, they're 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'9", and 6'8". I mean, that's NBA size.
Kelly swishes into triples. 49% Tennessee in the absolutely brutal SEC. Pettiford, the gifted freshman. He swishes in a triple.
The more he learns basketball.
And they're just starting really to get Ja'Kai Howard, who's another talented freshman at 6'6", out of Boston, Mass. Get him into the flow, and Jones can't miss right now.
But to get the ball into the gaps, the length of Chad Baker-Mazara or Jones deters him from taking a shot over the top because of his height disadvantage.
Broome in the lane on the top, the slam by Cardwell, helping out a friend.
Didn't like my prison basketball reference.
Well, Broome
don't really know where to go with that one, do you?
Broome will give it up for Bedford, and he'll knock it down. The three-pointer.
Well, it's important. They're going to have to make sure they turn over. As you mentioned, that Duke did not create the takeaways that they needed to get the points from the defense. That's going to be an area of emphasis tonight.
Chad Baker-Mazara with
him from Johni Broome on the rejection.
Broome inside, finds the open Jones. Cross-court pass, rattling into three.
Great recognition by Johni Broome.
Now Broome calling for it, has the mismatch, Beagle the double. Skip pass, other side, hello! Ja'Kai Howard with the throwdown.
Wait.
Broome will set the screen for Baker-Mazara as the big man gets it back. He'll find Kelly, and that's been the success for Auburn in this first half.
Out in the second half looked flat, allowing Richmond to get so many offensive rebounds, but they weren't able to cash in.
Cardwell from the no-look pass from Broome.
That is outstanding.
Taking it right back is Miles Kelly. Auburn with numbers. Baker-Mazara. Watch your head.
Man, as I did.
The best player in the country to this point of the season, Johni Broome. And keep an eye on number 13, Miles Kelly. There he is. A transfer from Georgia Tech. He had two very good games. Evans will give his coach no choice the way that he is playing. He's 4 for 6 from three-point range.
Auburn running some 5 out.
Another deep three for Tahai.
For moments like this, there's 9 minutes left. Prove to everyone why you're great. And Broome just sat there staring while Baker-Mazara just kept reiterating positive things in his ear.
Well, speaking of positive,
to be able to take that shot, but this is where he is most dangerous, down in the post. He commands a double team, but can play out of it.
Yeah, he passed out of it very well, and Miles Kelly will weigh it in. It is 7-0 Auburn.
Guard tandem. It's a guard trio for Memphis.
Again, the cut by Broome. The double, and the open man is Cardwell. What a feed from Broome.
When you come off,
pretty good for their first so-called big game of his freshman season.
Well, the bigger the game, the better he's played this season.
Johnson inside, another assist for Broome.
How much is Chaney Johnson?
11 of their 23 in this one. Denver Jones, count it. Their 6-3 of the game. Bedford bounces off of danger. Broome up top, and Cardwell the finish.
Johni Broome and Dylan Cardwell work
him out. That is his 13th made three in 3 games in this tournament.
What a pass.
And Moore will lay it in. That's another assist for Johni Broome, his 6th.
Finish that one off.
Broome, little show and go. Gets it to an open Kelly in the corner bottom.
Elliot Cadeau gambled on that.
Did have 6 turnovers as well, though, against Dayton. North Carolina turned the ball over 12 times in the first half of that game, but they cleaned it up. Only 3 turnovers after halftime. And Pettiford with his former.
Is Caldwell still on the floor before you drive it that hard? The double team on Johni Broome now, but that opens up an opportunity for Jones, who knocks it down, and that's the danger of miss out on taking advantage of. You got to be able to finish those opportunities.
Here's Kelly, all kinds of space, and he splashes down.
5-point swing.
And Trimble with the active hands. Broome thought about it, extra pass, it's Jones. Got it.
Huge response. Huge response, especially at Iowa State, where you don't know who you're going to be able to get from a recruiting standpoint, and he has absolutely established a culture in Ames, Iowa, that has been successful in college basketball. Yeah, we got the tie-dyes rocking for my man Bill.
That's right. Here's Kelly from long distance. That's good. And Auburn starting to heat up.
And now a 10-point, and you can't forget how you got here. You did it with pressure on the defensive end, forcing the turnover.
Post up Broome, quickly draws the double. Kelly the riser. That's it.
Baker Mazar for three. Got it. Dave?
You think, are they defense or offense? Well, like I said, when Auburn added those three perimeter players, they're skilled offensively. It's created.
Alley-oop, Dylan Cardwell gets the crowd back into it. And Johni Broome.
McGee's. Long three, Pettiford scoreless tonight, and magnetic, it dropped.
In the nation, a taste of what's to come this season when he put 30 up in the NCAA tournament against Texas A&M. That one goes off the window for Miles Kelly.
That is crazy.
Baker Mazara forced one up. Plenty of time on the shot clock for that one. Look at this move. Pettiford, are you kidding me? No. Can he do it again? No way. He did it!
The first 9 points for Vermont, 9 unanswered at UAB in the opener a couple nights ago. Good drive for Pegues. Had a step all the way to the rim.
What you didn't see on that play, great, it was the perimeter. Well, that's a big part of their game, their ability to knock down the threes. And you know, when you have Johni Broome now coming out and playing that forward position.
Pettiford adds to it.
Pressuring every passing lane and every entry, and then offensively sharing the ball and doing a great job of finding the open teammates.
Quick trigger. Denver Jones hits.
It's exposing the game. The fans are being able to see great contest early.
Step back three, rips it out for Miles Kelly.
Back screen to get Johni Broome down low. And a foul on Johni Broome. By Johni Broome. Taken away by Meshack. And a foul by Pettiford. Another great defensive play. You know, when they have Johni Broome inbounding the ball, you know he's going to come in and post. Draws the double again and turns it over. Great play by Murray. Went right into that flex action. Broome 16 and 11 today. Into a double team, and Morrell takes it away.
Broome wants to get him his third. He won't there, and then a turnover, and Youngblood down on the floor after getting hit by
conference play.
He's 29% on the year from deep. What a start for the Aggies. Broome. A little skip, and Pat Adams said he walked with it.
Yeah, good communication.
Pass has been the deciding factor in this one. The Tigers have made some shots. They just can't keep pace. And now a turnover. Phelps swatted away, but Coleman.
The nation, including Johni Broome, one of the top 2 candidates for National Player of the Year, and he just turned it over. Otega Owe came over and took it from him.
As soon as he turned his back,
Owe's in this game to give his guys a chance.
Yeah, a 10-2 run for Ole Miss. And Broome had that one knocked out of his hands. Padula,
you called it. Baker Mazara took a chance, doubled, and snuck away from the corner, and Bulldogs could not make him pay.
Poor pass from Broome went into Kane's arms. 3-on-1 for Georgia.
Fouls of 2 free throws there, basically giving Auburn points with that great free throw shooter at the line. And Auburn has possession, but they turn it over again. That's really been the issue. 6 giveaways for Auburn. And Jones. Broome spinning.
Great defense.
Another turnover by Auburn. That is 7 now by the Tigers.
Great job by
very effective.
Auburn 13 quad 1 wins. Nobody else has more than 8. Offensive foul, Johni Broome.
Just used that right arm.
Ankle again, grimacing and not moving well, getting back on D.
But he comes up with a block. The ball is loose, and Nelson slams it and ties it. Pettiford with 5 off the bench for the Tigers. There's that flex rollback. Whoa. And Broome called for an offensive foul.
And Bruce Pearl is well aware they are taking their time here on the offensive end, but a turnover miscommunication as Bruce Pearl in his 11th season, now a 8 of their 10 points coming from the free throw line. As they dig in here defensively, wild pass and a turnover as the Sooners get it back.
This time of the year, the teams that are going to win it all, they're continuing to get better. You don't have a chance to digress, and Johni Broome still not 100%.
Contest. Can they do that against an Auburn team that doesn't kick it over much at all?
There's 4. The 4th turnover for the Auburn Tigers. So when they've gotten shots, a lot going on over here on the sideline. Bruce Pearl, of course, one of the best communicators with his team, as the lob goes astray between Johni Broome and Dylan Cardwell. And one of the things I love about the Rebels, but being trusted in a big spot here for Chris Beard.
Will Broome begin to take over? Knocked away from him. Burrell scoops it up.
Floor here marked the first few minutes. So another physical start. Near turnover. Collins got his hands on it. Derek Fountain on the floor. And then a tie-up. Possession arrow will give it back to the Tigers. LSU 6. One time down the floor for Auburn. And they didn't get anything that sequence. That was one of the first possessions of the game. Broome, careless giveaway. Carter, a burst of speed, lays it in.
Yeah, the shape that these guys are in and the stamina they show game after game is really incredible. And their rest and recovery is a big part of it. Broome has it taken away by guess who? Jahmai Meshack.
Mark driving and rejected at the rim by Denver Jones. Here comes Johnson.
Outstanding motor.
Here's Broome. Double team. Got to get it up. Turns it over. Tremont Mark. Pope. And goaltending.
Games in this league. And we have a good seat when we come to these places to watch the game.
Johni Broome coughs it up on the baseline. Highs the season high for Johni with 5 blocks. Also had it against Houston.
We've had so many just one-on-one matchups, contests this afternoon that neither coach, I'm sure, likes.
Pearl is known as maybe the best in the nation on out-of-bounds plays. And Matt Painter, a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but maybe not, Jay, told us they've been working on it for 4 days.
Yeah, they've had a week to prepare. And it's important.
Now Broome's calling for it. And Roach was waiting to pick off the pass. Broome. Another no-looker. This one off the mark.
See, you've had a couple of errant passes if you're Johni Broome. Get back to what
the SEC, but tonight, 2 of the best teams in their respective conferences, 2 of the best teams in the country going toe-to-toe here in Durham. Boy, Con Knippel has not, that was his first open look at the game. Keep you from getting a scoring play. Broome spinning, and he turned it over again. Kelly to Broome. One-on-one with Jourdain. Shot clock's at 3. Offensive foul. That is the 3rd offensive foul on Auburn already.
Dream of his kids being able to go at each other. The Maui Invitational on ESPN in a high-stakes game.
Broome passed into a crowd. And that is the first turnover of the... Baker Mazzara.
Now that's goaltending. You can't count that basket. That's in the cylinder.
Extension of the arms at the end of that play was unnecessary. And so that's going to change things dramatically here, Corey.
It absolutely will. And that's the letter of the law. Anything deemed unnecessary and excessive.
Number 10. Coming off a career-high 18 points against Kent State. So, full of confidence. A thing that this Auburn squad has not lacked, and we've seen that over the years. They don't lack confidence.
And a traveling violation against Johni Broome.
We will look at it. Under 5 to go in an entertaining first half.
Offensive foul on Broome.
Broome threw it away. Bodies on the floor. Houston comes away with it. Kelly. Broome spins, falls, and travels.
I'll tell you what, Roberts tricky. He took a
Pettiford. Pull up. No good. Broome the offensive rebound. Taken away by Tugler. Houston can tie with a 2.
They pushed.
Alamudu throws it up, and the Tigers can have the last possession. They're going to run the floor. Broome bobbled, lost it to Barnett. Last look will go.
He's having a monster game. He's got 8 points.
He's done a great job.
He wants to do it again.
Guy Patino has too. So quick when he's releasing the shot. Really special.
Youngblood, difficult shot, no good. Look at the freshman Sherrill. What a start.
Again, the ball is getting to.
Well, and it beat him to the ball, and it beats him to the line. Great pass too.
Dangerous time for Alabama. That ball was blocked by Broome. They're down 5.
Here comes Rodrigo.
Know where to go with it. Sears.
Sometimes you make that one.
Broome with a block. Here he comes. They have numbers. That Pettiford shot. They have shut off Sears. Nelson, that's blocked by Broome, but it ends up with the dunker again. Amore. He has
Last night's game?
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Times 2.
Broome got a piece of that.
Auburn winning those close games, though, also is the difference of them being a...
James picks up his dribble. Newell is the star for Georgia, 5-star freshman. Gives it to Blue Kane, who gets downhill and then rejected by Broome. And a step on the inline by Kane. To really appreciate it, go back over a decade to what this program was and what it's been built to. This incredible home court advantage. It'll be the 56th win in the last...
He looks shaken up. Maybe it's the ankle again, grimacing and not moving well, getting back on D. But he comes up with a block. The ball is loose, and Nelson. Holloway couldn't turn the corner. Now finds Sears. Again driving, has it knocked away. I think it was Broome.
It was.
Pettiford back.
Lead back to 12, approaching 7 to go in the half, and Edwards was stripped on the way up. No foul, and it'll stay with Vandy. Well, this old building comes back to life, 73 years young. Hogard, no. Carey, yes!
I like going to Jalen Carey here, or you attack this mismatch with the speed.
Edwards, no. Clean block of the rim. Miles
is so persistent. He's going to get to that left hand no matter what.
Ruben Chinyelu into Aberdeen, and another block. This time by Broome.
He uses your momentum against you.
Chinyelu, the Washington State transfer, backing down Kelly, but he missed it.
Broome came from behind to really bother that shot.
7 minutes to play here in this first half. Pick and roll, extra pass, and another block. This time it's Broome.
Or just continue to get looks. Offensively, they're doing just fine.
Fears going against Broome, puts on the brakes, and Broome stayed down to get the block. Auburn trying to deny everything. Moore over Broome, and he affected that one too.
Mountain, Georgia. On the drive, it's Murray. Denied initially. Trying to get it up there amongst the trees. And it's going to drop in. Put up, no whistle there. Couldn't get it to drop. Brakefield trying to get downstairs, and a block by Broome as it rolls out with victory
against the AP #1 team in America since their 2006 Final Four run. Let's see if Corey Chess, the redshirt freshman, can have another strong game. Pick it up right where we're starting to see more Blazers back on the sideline. Slowly but surely, the number continues to grow. Givens blocked, or rather barely blocked by Broome at the rim. Carter with 14. That leads all LSU Tigers. Back to Chess. Couple of dribbles underneath. Chess goes up. That shot's affected by Broome. And so you see
Well has position that deep. He has to shoot it.
Milicic baseline blocked by Broome. One of the best shot blockers in the nation.
His timing is...
Tennessee has taken the lead here early in the second, but it is anybody's game, obviously. Akpara inside. Broome bothered it, tipped it away, and here comes Pettiford.
I think he came off ready to fire.
Gainey. Akpara blocked by Broome. Auburn has beaten Tennessee 4 times in a row in this building. Ziegler smothered by Broome. Shot clock at 4.
from the floor for Broome. And so Murray Boyles is besting him in this heavyweight bout underneath. Conyers, that one was tipped. At a minimum, partially affected by Broome. That should be was trying to throw it down on Pringle. Could not get a clean handle. Murray Boyles, the accelerator, blocked by Broome. Wipes it away. And now numbers here for the Tigers. Denver Jones.
As head coach here in Austin, 13th season overall as a head coach. In 9 years he's been as an assistant here. That shot rejected by Broome. That's what he does. Miles Kelly now with 13 points. 5 of 7 from the field. Is poke rejected by Broome. His second. Onyema going right at him. And blocked by Broome. I think that's his third on the night.
Mitchell and Broome. Trying to go up and under. Another opportunity, perhaps. Auburn keeps it alive. Just threw it up with 5 on the shot clock. A rebound ripped out of there by Marcus Allen.
And good defense by Allen.
Johni Broome. It'll belong to Missouri. Points. Working against Broome. Johni got a piece of that one. Give him another block shot.
You might have guys banged up. It's a physical league. It's tough. So maybe more depth than they've ever had to have in the past. Well, Broome has such great hands.
Another block.
14-0 run in the last 3 minutes. Monmouth on a 3-minute drought. Robinson with a right hand. Was it blocked? No, it's out of bounds off of Monmouth. To this Auburn men's team. Bashir stuffed away inside. Chaney Johnson with a deny. Monmouth scored the last 2.5. That'll continue thanks to Johni Broome.
The side of the rim. Looked like he might have been trying to rifle a pass to the corner. And back come the Boilermakers with numbers, but a recovery and a block by Johni Broome. Boy, what a hesitation.
And you know, this Auburn team defensively want to disrupt your offensive pattern and then take away passing lanes.
Remarkable defense from Broome that time.
Defense saw there was no help coming, used the footwork on that drop step, and scores off the glass.
McMullen can't get it to go. He grabs his own rebound. That won't go.
Muscles you at the rim.
Thornton's been totally shut down today. Parks again underneath. No, harassed from behind.
There's a lot of intimidation down there with the likes of Cartwell and Broome.
Sure is.
Beagle, who has to make a lot of decisions at the top of the key, and you're looking for so much thing to get a backdoor cut, which leads to spacing on the outside to shoot a shot.
This drive no good. Richmond.
That hopefully they can get a backdoor cutter for an easy layup.
Omaglu is the UConn transfer. Beagle rejected by Broome.
Obviously easier said than done when you're playing against.
Now flag. Backdoor cut, James. What a block. Johni Broome got it. James essentially 9-0 in the early going.
Little zone look right now out of the timeout.
Another block, this time by Broome, but then the finish for Haggerty to Hunter. Somehow got it to Dane Danger, and Broome got a piece of it.
His timing is incredible.
That was some kind of block. Haggerty. And another block. That's Broome. And it's off
this year, and he's absolutely played like it. Hear him out.
Lubin spinning into Broome, gets rejected.
Now with 15:31 remaining.
Well, almost came back, if you remember, against Kansas in what was their lone loss this season. Trailed by as many as 20 in the first half of that. Carolina can cut it to 10 with a 3. Cadeau turns on the boosters, but Broome sweeps it away.
Oh, I was waiting for that one.
Jackson going to work, blocked up top by Broome. And it will be the Cyclones controlling here on the opening possession. Deshaun Jackson almost got his own miss. And
Dave letting his team play through this without a timeout.
Tigers are 4 of 6 from behind the arc to start this game. Broome gets a block shot. And then a foul against the Lions at Tay Fields. Turnover by the Tigers. Back the other way. Johni Broome says, not tonight.
Across midcourt.
Sullinger does a great job with his change of pace on the dribble.
Medley, the reverse is swatted away by Broome. Can't get past him. Davis off the mark and batted in the air. Rebound for Kent State. They can't finish. And it'll stick with off. Safford against Kelly. Goes up, and he is smothered and drowned.
Just told us it was going to be hard to score inside tonight because of the length.
Roberts, a left hand of his own, no good. JoJo Tugler with the offensive rebound.
Points are going to come, I think, unscripted, which is breakdown plays.
Here's Roberts, blocked by Broome.
Well, he turned into it. He doesn't have a run.
4 threes, 16 points for the freshman, Tahad Pettiford. Blocked by Broome.
Great defense.
Those two stealing some of the spotlight in one of the best non-conference games this season. Here's Cryer. No, blocked.
Johnson. Malibu able to control right wing. They drive for long. Knocked out of there by Broome.
There's the rejector.
Io Collier looking for help. Hobbs trying to find the mismatch. Johni Broome may have got a piece up.
Gaining. Down to Phillips. Gathers. Tipped. And Broome down with it for Auburn. Play 3 minutes and you don't put up any numbers. Right. It still counts as a game, right? It suppresses them, but he has been magnificent this year.
And didn't have his best against Kentucky. And
good pass into Brakefield. And a foul is called that will send Jamin Brakefield to the line.
After game, he's got 8 points. He wants to do it again.
Patino has too.
You could look at their schedule and look at all of their wins. There had to have been some that weren't great matchups.
Yeah.
Physical play by Pharrell Payne, and he goes right after Broome. That is the type of player that gives.
Could set a school record for points tonight, but he hadn't made a bucket
man.
yet. Oh, Broome got hurt. He was grabbing his left elbow.
Those high, soft, helium passes, but Broome made him pay.
Payne got deep penetration and turned around with a jump hook. There's the first time in program history. Buzz Williams has had 5 cracks at it himself over his stops. He's never beaten number 1. And Payne will go to the
ball is to win this league in the regular season. The NCAA tournament is always the most difficult thing to do, but they got a magical season going and their hands full right now.
Garcia.
Freshmen, both from the state of Kentucky, in the game at the same time in the backcourt. Carr over Broome. It won't go, but it's tipped out to Williams.
Great tip by Noah.
Leave a guy like Broome on the backside of that press break.
Body on body. Dia throws it up off the window over Broome. With 10 to shoot, Godfrey with a fading hook. Dogs 0 for 4 from the floor. Move on ice. Cardwell with a hand in his back. 8 to shoot now. Jump hook. Godfrey misses the same shot that he missed a couple of possessions ago. Surreal working on Broome. A little touch to knock it away. Turns over his left shoulder, banked it too strong. There's Newell, and there's the strength. Ivicic looking to drive on Broome. Tough shot. An easy rebound for Broome.
Great job by Broome. This
Carey.
is the matchup we were waiting for.
We've waited all night. Broome won that battle. The stick back by Mignon.
Basketball more. And he was getting big-time offers in football. Condon muscling Broome down underneath the bucket, and that extends.
And so Ole Miss back on the attack. Here's Dia. It'll be great to see Broome back on the floor after the. Murray downstairs for Dia. And it'll be a Broome foul as he reached in.
Against the AP #1 team in America since their 2006 Final Four run. Let's see if Corey Chest, the redshirt freshman, can have another strong game.
Driving on Cardwell. And a nice reverse there by Felix Okpara for the bucket. Good to see. Has taken the lead here early in the second, but it is anybody's game, obviously. Okpara inside. Broome bothered it, tipped it away, and here comes
the floor. And Johni Broome can play outside the 3. He's trying to defend Murray Boyles here. Fades away and hits a difficult one. Well, and that's why you see backdoor cut. Murray Boyles almost got hit for one there. Well, Slay was talking about it. He's got another look right here, make it 16. This is what Slay was saying.
Onyema going right at him. And blocked by Broome. I think that's his 3rd on the night. He's ranked in the top 20 active career blocks. Broome, who's #1, and Cardwell, who's 16. Hey, Kaluma knocks down.
Trying to go up and under. Another opportunity, perhaps. At Auburn. Out of Alabama, Huntsville, but an Alabama native out of Alabaster. There is Chaney, right play.
Well, he's just a good locker room guy. His leadership is important. A voice in the locker room is very important to support whatever Coach Paul needs for this team to.
From the floor. Kaufman-Renn. This is a battle to keep an eye on all day long. Kaufman-Renn up and in, and could have been a foul as well. Kind of looked like Broome. Look at the closeout there on Lawyer by Johnson.
Just right there on the catch, taking that shot away.
Kaufman-Renn off the back of the iron, and Johnson down with a rebound. Cox, and again Johnson, a big man, guards him well, but first will score over Broome.
But had to go all the way. Continues to get better. Can make Auburn a better team.
And another assist for Chad Baker-Mazzara. He's tied a career high with 6. First will lay it in.
Eagle, the big man. Spin move. And his hook shot off the mark.
It's a rebound. The defense is thinking about going to offense, and you can just step right into it.
Dane Danger Tried to go with a reverse with the left hand. Might have a one-on-one with Broome. Almost turned it over. Kicks it out to Haggerty. Now gets it back. And a strong move. Danger can do that. We've seen that many times.
Want to make sure that you're aggressive on the offensive end so that those same calls are called on the other end of the floor against the Cyclone.
ISO Momchilov Safford. Now it's Hornbeek against Broome. Hornbeek goes up with the left and left it short.
Played so well down the stretch for Auburn.
Roberts working on the All-American Broome. Good hands by Johni Broome.
Backcourt because it's hard to throw it in near your basket.
Roberts, tough two over Broome.
To be hard to score inside tonight because of the length.
Roberts, a left hand of his own, no good. JoJo Tugler with the offensive rebound.
I think unscripted, which is breakdown plays.
Here's Roberts, blocked by Broome.
Well, he turned into it.
Roberts working on Broome. Left hand, off to the right. Roberts. This time left hand. Tough two, no good.
Screen, then got a screen. Boy, he is a tough shot maker. Milicic was right there.
Meshack, the extra pass. Milicic for three. And Tennessee back program and within the SEC.
One of the best defenders in the country.
Dre Davis. He's got 5 early points in this one. Good matchup here. Dia and Broome. The jumper. Looked like Dia was trying to get himself a foul call there. Broome and a Cooper flag.
Well, there are a bunch of different awards. I mean, we're talking about the Wooden Award. He's already received one of the awards. I think the Sporting News.
A 3 for David Barnes.
Janey Johnson to help out Tahad Pettiford and get back on Malik Dia.
Broome is on Murray. Murray launches. Kept alive by Dia, but it bounced.
Today, you can't be low. You got to be high against both teams to take away shooters. Nelson, is he feeling it? Yes, he is. What a first half for
the school.
Yes, in the regular season, that's what Auburn is after. As Sears has it in the corner, and he finds Diabate, who will throw a 3 up, no good. And coming over the top.
The most of their players.
Here comes Sears. Nelson will launch one. Oh, Grant Nelson hasn't hit one in a while. They have shut off Sears. Nelson, that's blocked by Broome, but it ends up with the dunker again.
Again, Kentucky running offense through their 4 and 5 guys on the court right now. They're both good passers. Carr's short. Noah, another offensive rebound.
Trent Noah on him, and he was taking it himself.
He has been great in the first half. 5 for 7, 14 points. Brandon Garrison, who made a couple of threes Wednesday in Norman.
1.5 time. Yeah. Just doesn't come off quite as quick with a spin as you would expect.
Morrell. That's a good one. You know who wasn't concerned about the rotation was Pettiford.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Times 2.
Broome got a piece of that.
Auburn winning those close games. They were also.
Harry Smith's not on the team.
Yeah, but a whole bunch of other just good pieces, man. Yeah. No bad players he puts on the floor. Not one.
He's the headliner for this Georgia roster. Here's his touch in the corner. They'll bring a second on him, so Silas Demery fires and leaves it short. Offensive rebound by
Georgia. Keep this thing close late and see if they can pull off a huge upset.
But Auburn great in close games. 6-0 in games decided by 5 or less. Second. Well, the Georgia passes are not crisp. Newell for 3. Rebounded by Miles Kelly. Contested 3 is good from Asa Newell right over the top of Ohio Valley Championship game against Murray State 2 years ago. Asa Newell in and out. Blue Cane kept it alive. Surreal finds it. Davis up the floor. 3-pointer of Isic. Front rim and out. Drastically improves their chances of making the NCAA tournament.
Avicic, air ball on the three. Good minutes, good energy off the bench in the first half. Thero looking to drive on the cross. Avicic, open three, and he is 0 for 7 from behind the arc.
Holloway, Darion Reed back from a leg injury. Has missed 6 of the last 8 games, but he's in there right now for the Tide. The 3 won't go for Cliff Amore.
Zara.
Boy's quick.
Carey, top of the key. Nearly banked it in.
That's a win.
Wanted to, but couldn't finish.
Talk about a tough 2, just wasn't able to complete it.
Condon misses a 3 at the other end. Beaten a #1 team this year. Did it when Tennessee was ranked first, trying for their 2nd win over a #1 ranked team in the same season.
Good fight for the board. Northweather. He gets it back. Here's a 3.
Multiple guys that can go make a play when you need it most.
Padula kicks it out. Morrell, the launch, he got hit on the play while attempting a long one.
The big man in America. This is Carter now into the corner. Aforementioned 3. That one is a bit strong.
Kelly, the way he anticipated and blew up that ball screen, if you will, handoff, dribble handoff.
All right, Green wants him for this corner. Now, they missed the first one long, leaves that underneath the basket, so you've got to be ready to hit. Oh, it has been a fun start, entertaining beginning to this battle. Aiden Conyers for 3, offline. There's another offensive board. South Carolina with a surplus of those. Conyers, back iron, still free.
For this Missouri team. See the starting 5 there for Missouri. Both these teams play a bunch of guys, though. Bounce pass, no good. Caleb Grill keeps it alive. Right back to Warwick. Grill will fire short. Up to Johni. Loose ball on the deck in the corner. It goes to Warwick. He knocks home a 3.
What a shot.
In the 3 conference titles in the Metro Athletic Conference. Right side 3. Pops up and down. Nice shot, Jared.
Another thing Auburn needs to do is handle pressure better in this second half. Duke's pressure really limited what Auburn could do on the offensive end.
Flag nothing in the early going. Little zone look right now out of the timeout. Another block, this time by Broome,
but could get a finish, but Jefferson answers on the other end.
First made 3 this young season for Joshua Jefferson, 6'9", 240-pound junior from Las Vegas. Tony Pujol, the coach of North Alabama today, they were as physical as Houston. They shot 53%. There were only 2 teams last year that shot over 50% against the Houston squad. That was Kansas and Oklahoma. They were more dominant.
Try to run some ghost screens up on top, stagger and get the ball to their man, Davis.
And there is that man, and it's up the front of the rim. Offensive board, though, from...
They have to trust one another with the playing time and the opportunity to play.
Medley kicks out Safford, 3. It won't fall. Penn State's just
playing a slow down. And Gillespie is that type that can help them on the inside, but with the kick out, just
Medley, no.
Overshot. It's just...
Another one, maybe. Instead, the hook. Gillespie saves it right to Safford and put up by Gillespie. Was that an alley-oop?
Roberts, a left hand of his own, no good. JoJo Tugler with the offensive rebound. Sharp left alone. In and out. Offensive rebound again.
The championship last year in Nashville. Drive from Bones. Top for a 3. And here's the thing, Coach. On the defensive end. Hurley slips. Able to keep possessions long. Flips it back to Hurley and a foul in the corner.
They'll be in the NCAAs, and that's when they'll have their challenges.
Seth Joba.
Lanier, pull up. Did not draw iron, and it's Auburn. Lanier with Broome switching onto him. The deep one.
Way too strong, and it belongs to Jones and the Tigers. A lot of miles on them already here in this town, but they're looking to pull off another big win today.
Boy, when Texas plays well, they limit their turnovers, and really limited turnovers against Texas A&M. Cheney Johnson wide open in the corner.
Johnson's first basket of the game, and it is a big one. Now Johnson the rebound. Padula, high arcing three, had to get it over Broome.
Sears.
Sometimes you make that one.
Broome with a block. Here he comes. They have numbers. Miles Kelly got him now as Nelson penetrates against Broome. They'll go with the jumper. Boy, Grant Nelson have another big two. He's got 20.
Instead of a double play combination. And Broome was there to affect that shot.
Georgia trying to finish the half with something positive offensively. It's been a horrendous offensive performance so far. They're on pace for their season.
Everything else. 4-point lead for Auburn. 7 minutes gone by. Wagner penetrates. Good seal by Ivisic. And it's a layup for Wagner. Wagner inside at 10 on the shot clock. Again, Ivisic with the seal for Wagner to score. A combined 4 of 20 between these two teams from three-point range. Wagner misses over Broome.
Have taken a tremendous amount of pride, Jay, in the way that their programs are performing and the way it's elevated the fandom for basketball across the entire state.
To that floor. And if you go to Baker Mazara, if he misses it, Dylan Cardwell's right there for the offensive rebound.
And at the other end, it'll go for the back. Broome on him now. Let's see if he tries to take him. Wants a ball screen. Shoots over him.
Early surge by Auburn. 4 to shoot. Huffman launching.
And those are the shots they have to make almost. And then you throw it to Johni Broome. That's something that Lamont Paris in South Carolina do a lot for Colin Murray Boyle.
Hogarth comes up short on the reverse. Johni Broome.
How low Auburn was then with basketball versus where they are now.
Night and day, but it's all Bruce Pearl. It's 100% Bruce Pearl. You know, I just told him, like, yo, man, I'm sitting here watching which I'm doing right now. I'm watching about 3 or 4 college games a day right now, getting ready for March Madness. And
now. Dia thought about it. He will loft it up there. Left that one way short. Didn't touch.
LSU defensively now.
I think that's a great point. You win the majority of 50-50 balls, usually you'll win on the big board.
That one bounces free. Cartboard a play. Trying to slice into the deficit. Miller sets the screen. This is Givens. Decides to hoist. Curtis Givens. Watch it go down and out. Shoot. Haven't had many late shot clock offensive sequences. Sears throws it in, and he's fouled.
Rebound for Tennessee.
Everything but the finishing defensive rebound for Auburn.
Ziegler from 15 knocks it down to make it a 2-point game.
Sounds like a normal day for Dan Shulman, except for the agility work.
Who's kidding who? Jess Sims is the only person on this crew. And he wants a ball screen. Gets it again. Up top. And the slam by Akpara.
Boy, great job by Gainey.
15 points now for Kelly. He's got a game high. Kaluma, the 3.
I like that.
Kaluma. Mid-range.
To the left hand. Like, this is in the scouting report. And I know a lot of times players can lose sight of the scouting report. You force him to go right and force him to be a playmaker. He's too comfortable.
Didn't feel that was happening a year ago, but they're kind of cutting him loose and letting him do what he does really well. That's certainly true of Mobley hitting threes, but not this time.
Well, I saw my difficult shots at the end of the shot clock. And that's where I keep wondering about what the true ceiling of this team is. They are still, look, they're not a finished product. No team is.
deep shot. And Richmond is one and
has to make a lot of decisions at the top of the key, and you're looking for so much thing to get a backdoor cut, which leads to spacing on the outside to shoot a shot.
This drive, no.
Got the green light to take that. And here comes Duke at one point down 13-2. Flag. That would have tied it, but he made
an offensive rebound. The analytics prove it's the best time to shoot a three.
They have 6 offensive rebounds today and 10 second chance points. Mid-range jumper.
Final. And they are poised to outdo that.
Haggerty with a soft touch. Nice pull-up. Haggerty has been the man for Memphis. He's got 20 of their 36. Left this one a little short, and another rebound for Broome.
To do. That's what he's in there to do.
And look at his energy, clapping his hands back on D. As you said, everyone knows their role. Everyone plays their role as Haggerty.
Cadeau off glass. And Cadeau is doing a great job of keeping the big.
15 seconds here on the shot clock. It's Ian Jackson controlling. Step back from inside the arc.
And a big finish by Ian.
Gilbert with the double clutch. Keyshawn Gilbert, who put on 10 pounds in the offseason. TJ Otzelberger refers to him as an attacking guard. We saw it right there.
TJ, I don't think either team's making it to their season scoring average tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. Both averaging 84 points a game. That won't be found.
And Von Cameron Davis with 5 points.
Let's slow it down right now. Let's play the game.
How much do you think that technical foul at the end of the first half played into tightening the grip on this game from the officials?
Here's McGee's checking Cryer. Johni Broome on the high hedge. Cryer knocks it down anyway from the elbow.
And that's what we talk.
No! Wilson the offensive rebound. Now Roberts has it. Cryer with the layup.
Timeout.
Johni trying to drive him. The reverse will go.
And a terrific job by Felix Akpara off the window.
Dia driving Broome. And Broome might have gotten a piece of it.
He also angled him out a little bit.
An effort game today for Alabama. They did not have it the last couple of games. Nados has been on his guys about that part. Oh, what a play. Nelson got Broome in the air, and Nelson, no, he will not take it, but he drives. That won't go. There's Amore, but a whistle before. That's all right, they isolate Nelson one-on-one with Broome. Travel.
9-point performance at Rupp on Saturday.
Taylor, no good. Tipped out by Garcia. Taylor, another chance. This time the floater's off the front of the rim. 2 offensive rebounds on one position.
And they're up against an Aggie team that is desperate for a win and playing with a desperate energy and effort.
Wade Taylor, fourth.
Here.
Garcia fires it to Coleman, and he's got a fadeaway. Solomon Washington rebound.
Then they get this into single digits by the end of the half. Butler, left hand, but no, and Broome the rebound.
Oh, beautiful step through.
Really good to hang in this game.
Morrell being guarded by a much bigger Broome. He drives, lace it up and in. Tough drive.
Just what I called for. I think you can drive Auburn as hard.
Dia will shoot it, but Broome knows it and came out to guard him, and then a difficult fadeaway.
Didn't love it. Chris Beard didn't love it.
Terrific. Florida's terrific. Houston is terrific.
Yep.
But I think Auburn has the best combination inside-outside, in my opinion.
The adjustment the Tigers have made against Georgia's zone look. Newell working on Broome. Off balance from underneath the rim.
Really good man.
Thero looking to drive, gets into the middle of the lane. Tough angle, and it won't fall. Cleared by 2.5 to play. Davis leans in. Back rim, no. Broome gets the
impact on this game since he's been in off the bench.
And now he stays in front of Sears on the drive. Little Euro step by Grant Nelson will go.
Nelson
Well, this old building comes back to life, 73 years young. Hogard, no. Carey, yes! Possession for Vanderbilt so far. Johnson, outstanding defense on the freshman. And Carey traveled.
We've seen a number of near layups missed.
Aberdeen. Hauk. Too strong off the glass. Condon is there.
Florida really spreading the court.
Condon into the chest of Cardwell, and he banks it in.
And Ruben Chinyelu did a great.
Clayton. Condon. Left hand, no. And it's Auburn ball.
Auburn trying to deny everything. Moore over Broome, and he affected that one too.
Down to 8. Padula took a look. Down to 4 now. He'll fire it up. It touched nothing.
Yeah, tough shooting out of guards, and this is what Bruce Pearl often does. Johni Broome at the 5, get all the guards on the floor to finish the game.
Jones with 16. Once again.
Seymour Blazers back on the sideline. Slowly but surely, the number continues to grow. Givens blocked, or rather Bailey blocked by Broome at the rim. P-Pole. They were ranked for 3 weeks 3 years ago during that SEC championship.
That deep, he has to shoot it.
Milicic baseline, blocked by Broome. One of the best shot blockers in the nation.
Decided to pass it back out. Arden Conyers finds Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles bulldozes in. It's a 20-point game for Murray.
Welcome to those of you
up against Robinson. Here's Perkins off to Bates. Bates takes Broome to the rack. Cardwell comes over, draws the foul. Bates will head to the free. Working against Broome. Johni got a piece of that one. Give him another block shot.
But Bashir has been working for every shot attempt he's taken tonight.
Fall away, teardrop for Valencia, nothing but net. Monmouth scored the last 2.5. That'll continue thanks to Johni Broome.
There was no help coming. Used the footwork on that drop step and scores off the glass.
McMullen can't get it to go. He grabs his own.
Experience backcourt. Their front court is still a little bit young. Them holding their ground against the best front court in America will determine ultimately if they're able to win this game. Has one of the highest octane offenses in the nation. Nate Oates, their head coach, NBA data analytics, only believes in threes, twos as it relates to layups. And
even in moments like this, the unselfish play of Johni Broome passing it out, you're going to have to shoot a couple over the top of the double team. The game is out of balance.
What a slam. Jonathan Beagle, the Albany transfer.
Taking advantage of the overplay with a quick backdoor.
Cooper Flagg on the drive. Up and in, and a chance for 3.
Flagg right there as well.
Yep. Again, Duke, an outstanding defensive team so far this year. Evans misses the runner. So misses the turnaround. He is averaging better than 20 a game. Now Colby Rogers, the Wichita State transfer, and that's what
opportunity to be able to get beyond the screen. No defense there to stop him.
Miles Kelly, an elite shooter in rhythm, and Withers goes down in a heap. A hawk. Jackson going to work, blocked up top by Broome.
And which was a mishandled basketball as he looks over at TJ Otzelberger and says, I'm fine, I'm fine. And great coaching by Otzelberger. He'll let him think.
And several players with 3 fouls as well. 3 ball by Kelly. And a follow-up by Broome. He sweeps up the mess.
1.
And then Auburn just stepped on the gas. Boy, that's a tough shot from Susie. Daniel Ortiz had a kind of a quiet night.
Tapped around a couple of times. With that coming in, Jalen Sellinger, preseason All-MAC selection. Morales steps into a three. A tad too strong. Kelly being held.
But I didn't see him work on a bank shot today at the shoot-around.
There's Tugler. A little out of control, and he lost control.
Inside, wide open again. Io Collier driving, block, and a foul inside. That'll be against Chad Baker.
Lanier gathers, 5 to shoot. He goes right by Broome. And the tip up and good for Milicic. When Cardwell worked, got Tennessee down the floor on offense. Broome talking to Ziegler as he's guarding him. Ziegler might do the talking on the way back. This feels like a Final Four. They just all happen to play in the same conference.
We'd be lucky to get a Final Four this good.
Ziegler, not this time on Broome.
Struggled against Auburn this year.
Had a very good game against Arkansas in the second round yesterday. This is Dre Davis over Johni Broome.
That's the way.
Dia out beyond the arc with Broome on him. 18-footer over him. And the offensive rebound to Dre the nation.
Just an isolation on the right side.
Shot clock running down, so Dia puts up a three. Not a lot happening on that. They're going to win this game. They need some points from Padula. Murray somehow up and over Broome.
That was just a.
Heavy Auburn has only allowed Alabama to get off 9 3-point shots. They averaged 28 attempts. Again, they're sending the message. If you can make enough tough two.
Williams driving on Broome, up and in, and a chance for three.
In traffic from the Georgia bench says give Silas Demery room to operate. Pull up. No good.
Mister
on this Auburn roster.
And that's something you need when you're playing Alabama. Nelson driving on Broome. He slipped, and that'll be a travel. Auburn to end the regular season 3 weeks from today. Mo Diabate, shot clock down to 2. Great job. Got Broome underneath the bucket. Broome looking to the official. Maybe it's the ankle again. Grimacing and not moving well, getting back on D. But he comes up with a block. The ball is.
I like going to Jalen Carey here, or you attack this mismatch with the speed.
Edwards, no. Clean block of the rim. Will now focus on Tuscaloosa. At least from an Auburn perspective. You got Bama hosting Texas later tonight. Tanner off the mark.
And I think he's right. They have been at least the equal of the Auburn big guys. And in this game, they've been better, frankly.
Richard misses the three. Pettiford has it.
Get looks. Offensively, they're doing just fine.
Fears going against Broome, puts on the brakes, and Broome stayed down to get the block. Moore trying to go to work. Johni Broome affecting that one.
Fusion for Auburn. That is one of the reasons they've turned it over 5 times. Padula will jack up a triple and knock it down.
And I think this is a more than or less than game for LSU. They've got to make more than 7 threes, but have less than 14 turns.
A total clear out on this side of the court. Ziegler drives. And it's out of.
Boyles leads the way, and Lamont Paris is starting 5. Number 15 in the white today, Morris Ugasuk makes his first start. Pat, speaking of start, could have asked for a bit.
Turns the corner. Lob. Throws that lob to Johni Broome.
Pringle going back to work. The physical big man scores it. Now he and Johni Broome are going to offensive boards. Second looks to the Gamecocks. They've also fouled him a bunch, and so they've got the free throw advantage. Murray Boyles, the blow by, and with the right hand finishes. They have come to play against maybe the best team in America resume-wise. Wild one from Murray Boyles. Somehow got it.
And then here's Arthur Kaluma with it, with 5 on the shot clock. Kaluma fades. His first shot is an air ball, but they're right up under there. Tremont Mark
versus Trey Johnson.
Johnson.
Solid.
Yeah.
Barrett loses the handle, the freshman. And Broome with another block. That's 5 for him.
I'm glad you were okay with it. I was a little hesitant to interrupt you. Well, I'm not okay with you.
Famously the tough non-conference record that Auburn has played. Monmouth, they played a great schedule. They come in, though, with only 2 wins, and Coach Pearl challenged.
Final Four team back in 2019 for Bruce Pearl and Auburn. Auburn, Alabama, by the way, Feb 15 in Tuscaloosa, March 8.
Team defensively want to disrupt your offensive pattern and then take away passing lanes.
Remarkable defense from Broome.
So his story is incredible, and we got a chance to talk to Bruce Pearl about it. We were saying, hey, he is super athletic. It doesn't mean he could jump high off the ground, but his hands.
And he's a player that can affect the game without scoring. He does so many other things.
Here's the matchup. Flag and Broome. Flag the pull-up. Out of bounds.
At first you don't succeed, you try and you try again.
A 21-6 lead here for Auburn, but that could turn the mojo in a hurry.
Absolutely played like it. Hear him out.
Lubin spinning into Broome, gets rejected.
Going to a 1-3-1 zone defensively, changing it up on North Carolina coming out of the timeout.
Powell from the mid-range. At least for about that 3 drilled. No rim even teased there by Joshua Jefferson.
But they're going to go over and look at that one in the timeout to make sure Jefferson's foot was not on officiating.
Roberts goes to the right hand. So he had 6. Here's Roberts with a smooth touch.
Without Uzan.
Iofalier looking for help. Oh, trying to find the mismatch. Johni Broome.
For the Rebels, they have to rebound in this game.
Their rebound margin in SEC games, 2nd worst in the conference. Dia blocked once and then fouled.
Years ago. You don't remember Wimp? I remember Wimp and his sport coach. Of course I do. There's Nelson all the way to the rack.
Really good action by Alabama. Just a little
rebound for A&M. They pull down 42% of their misses. Best in the country. Anderson Garcia tries and buys.
What a hot.
They go right at Broome to get things started, and that results in a layup. The early move, a play coming out, and they both executed perfectly. Davis, who said a week ago, we got to get our swagger back, now has the first 4 for Ole Miss.
So Auburn's already got 3 turnovers. They had 4 the entire game against Alabama on Saturday. Ivisic, step back 3-pointer, and he's 0 for 6 from behind the arc about a minute ago. They've been very good out of timeouts. Ivisic for 3, misses again. He's 0 for 8 from deep.
Guard positions. Spears. Locked down by Chris Moore there. And the 3 rattles in for Jalen Moore.
Contribution against the Auburn Tigers, who have continued to beat up on them during Bruce Pearl's tenure.
Malik Deal letting fly the first shot of the afternoon, but off target.
To have when you've got the best player in America inside causing double teams.
Broome going for the block, but Davis up and in.
On quality of this Auburn team, that's according to Bruce Pearl and the staff. They have remained focused, locked in. They have not overlooked opponents. Damian Collins, Barry Kelly locked in from distance of late. Better than 50% in SEC play. Green now 0 of 3 from distance, so they're there. Carter with 14. That leads all LSU Tigers. Back to Chest, couple of dribbles underneath. Chest goes up. That shot's affected by Broome. Down 4, high scoring and pretty fast-paced start. A lot of points inside. We mentioned heavyweight battle today between Murray Boyles and Broome.
9 years here as an assistant. Here's Kaluma again. Ball fake drive in the lane. No. Offensive glass. It is Auburn's first visit here to Austin. In fact, just the third meeting between these programs. The last time they met, 1950.
Athletic, but he finds a way to get it done, and he's much more athletic and quicker than your eyes lead you to believe.
Averaging 18 and 11. That jumper by off.
Coach Rodney Terry saying he's going to make Chaney Johnson beat them from behind the three-point line.
Adds another block by Johnson.
Mitchell wide open for three. Off to Perkins. Back to Allen. Spins in the lane. Draws some contact. Foul on Johni Broome.
Nations defensively of what they have. And you know, we showed that when he went out of the game at Slab, how it affects your defense to a point, and Monmouth needs a score.
A chance for Valencia. Off the mark.
As each game goes by, he's now exclusively playing the point guard position instead of going back and forth between the 1 and the 2.
And the jumper goes for Fletcher Lawyer, the 6'3" guard from Lexington, Mass. What does Matt Painter need out of his second unit in this game?
Well, the first is like a do no harm. But they don't want to turn the ball.
9% out there.
Yeah, you file a scouting report the correct way, right? You want to have him settle for a three-point shot, but he's a rhythm shooter, and if he gets going offensively, that only creates more gaps to drive.
Get a backdoor cutter for an easy layup.
Broome is the UConn transfer. Beagle.
Rejected by Broome.
Obviously easier said than done. Test. Tremendous hops.
Beagle will try one from deep. He is the vocal leader on this team. He's going to try to rally his troops here for the Spiders. Waltz. And that one comes out.
Against Dayton last night, it tied their second largest second half comeback in program history. Corey, North Carolina's been around for a while as Washington misses the J.
One of the historic. R.J. Davis coming back in, helping out the teammates. That would have been another offensive rebound for Johni Broome.
How about Washington for three?
What was on the line on that? That'll be a long.
He certainly did, and all three were short.
Davis. Oh, he's white hot. 8 points.
Yes, match of the highest order. Two master tacticians on the sidelines. JoJo. He's improved his three-point shot. He made his first 16 points for the freshman, Tahad Pettiford. Blocked by Broome.
Great defense. Good offensive player and ball movement. Omori, difficult shot. Boy, he can handle that ball.
How about the ability to file on?
Pettiford tries to cut off that left-hand dribble. Omori again. Oh my good with the left.
Georgia's shooting just 38% a game. And they are now 5 of 16 from 3, but Newell picks up another bucket to get her first. 14 of them, and half have come against top 10 opponents. And oh, by the way, they get Florida next. So you can look at that two ways. Another tough test and another.
That's clearly a shot they don't mind him taking. Good pass.
And the reverse slam for Omori. And that's got the crowd.
Nice flash into the middle of the lane.
Great cut. Stevenson lays it in. Sears the assist.
Yeah, anytime there's a drive, you're going to see it
For the Longhorns. Gary gets another touch. Inside to McLaughlin. And the lead down to 4.
7 minutes to play here in this first half. Pick and roll, extra pass, and another block. This time it's Broome.
Shows you how dominant the SEC has been and how tough it is to get a win in this league.
Murray with the quick dish downstairs. Oh, a difficult angle by Dia. He couldn't finish it. He had a great first half.
He's covering Ziegler. Jones is on Lanier. Ziegler the drive. Cade Phillips couldn't hammer it home.
Off ready to fire.
Gainey. A para block by Broome.
Great Auburn's
Boy, that's brilliant defense from Jones, isn't it? Ben Bozeman's Verdonk gets South Carolina, new 20. Pringle converts. They are.
Keep your eye on Chad Baker-Mazara.
Kaluma throwing it up to Shedrick.
This team.
Under 10 minutes to play. Larry. Shedrick. Missed it.
Yeah, Caden.
And just show the wealth in what they're doing offensively.
Morgan left open inside for a moment. Tigers able to close out for a miss.
He can make plays to his left, but they want to force him to his weak hand. Driving, kicking, and the lay-in for Trey Kaufman-Renn. Pretty basketball there.
Probably hard to guard. You may know what's coming with Auburn, but stopping it is another story.
Kaufman-Renn, the assist to Smith. And Braden Smith.
Played his first 3 seasons at Georgia Tech. Gives him another perimeter threat, also length defensively.
Well, Sean Stewart slithering inside, tough. 25-12, the Tigers. Johnson off the fake.
The pass.
And Stewart will take the hit. And he will hit.
You only get one opportunity to be on the campus. Go and support the entire school anywhere that you are.
Walls inside, finishing with the left.
Great job there, but he is really difficult to deal with.
The starting lineups brought to you by Hawaiian Airlines. Hunter and Haggerty, again, the 2 big scores. Colby Rogers, a good score as well. Jordan Haggerty to Hunter. Somehow got it to Dane Danger, and Broome got a piece of it.
His timing is
easy. Missing the 3. And a foul now on Auburn. And Chad Baker-Mazara is struggling to get back to the Auburn bench.
The senior, Will Susi, Takari Lane in that group, Cornelius Williams, Daniel Ortiz, and we talked about
Davis, who faces up on Kelly. The extra pass, Gillespie can't finish, but he will draw the foul.
That's a good point. What I do like about his team this year is they have a lot of depth.
Roberts, left hand is good. Sharp left alone. In and out. Offensive rebound again. Sharp to the 10, and he got it blocked.